Good morning. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a great weekend and you back ready to get on the grind, okay? And by grind, I mean, I don't really like to work that hard. So I try to make sure that, what I do have going, that I'm not spending, 40 plus 50, 60 hours a week doing it, okay? It's something that you can set up one time and still make money on it continuously. So today I have a few things that I'm getting ready to do. First of all, I got a pack. Can't wait to do some content about that. Found some really amazing items. If you saw one of my lives a while ago, a few days ago, I did an Amazon live where I unboxed like a massive load of Amazon deliveries. Like I use Amazon for a lot of things. Okay. I keep our house stocked with, toiletries and, those types of things, paper towels, paper plates. We always keep a case of paper plates in this household, okay? So I keep all that stuff, on bulk order. Like I've automated, those orders coming through because why not? I know I got to use these things anyway. Why don't remove the mental load of having to remember that type of stuff and just order it on auto every month, subscription, okay? So that's what I was doing. So today I got to make some video content about some of that stuff that I got. And also I've got a couple of brand deals in the works, so I'm taking care of those today. Also, I've been doing this thing with Etsy, okay? So I'm going to discuss that a little bit later, but if my theory is true, if I can figure this out, I feel like this is going to be a really good sleep coins type of thing. So sleep coins means that even while you're asleep, it's still making you money. Like it's out there doing its job. It's bringing you in revenue. And I'm going to tell you right now, everything that I do for a side hustle does not make me rich. Okay. It does not at all make me rich all the time. And you need multiple, but if you can do something that makes, set it up one time that every single week will pay for a tank of gas, or every single week, that without doing much of anything, my groceries are paid for. I'm making $250 a week on this one little revenue stream, and I'm not really even having to touch it. I'm not having to, keep maintaining it. It's just real low key running in the background of all the things you're doing. Those are some of my favorite side hustles, okay? Because it allows you to take your money that you would spend on, the earned income, okay? Your earned income. Earned income means that it's money that you actually have to physically do something and earn. You can take that money that you would be spending from your earned income on necessities like gas and, food, your, light bill or little stuff like that. And you can take that money and instead invest it. Okay. Put it somewhere where it'll actually grow. And then instead of, taking that money and spending it on these things, you've got a little revenue stream that is making you money so that you can cover those without having to think about it. Okay. Leave me a comment if that makes sense. I think I turned the comments back on. Could somebody let me know if I got the comments on? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, good. I'm Danny from the block. I used to weigh a little, now I weigh a lot. Good morning, Danny. How you doing? Okay, good. I've got the comments on. Okay, great. Because I had an issue with that. I've been having some juicy conversations these last couple of days and hadn't been getting any comments. I'm like, damn, I'm not getting no comments. Duh, you had the comments on subscribers only, okay? So what I was trying to do was set up my subscription so that there were perks. And maybe we can have, the more in-depth conversations about how to actually put these side hustles together. But I think I might start a Discord or something because I oftentimes end up having to share my screen and show different things. So I think that'd be better offline, I guess, or off TikTok. So working on that a little bit later. How's everybody's Monday going so far? If you're joining this live, go ahead and lean into the like button, please. It doesn't cost you anything to like this live, okay? If I say something that gives you an aha moment, or if I say something that, lights off a little light bulb and gives you an idea, or if I say something that really helps you, what I want you to do is just rapidly type that like button when you hear it, okay? Good morning, Jay. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Okay. So what I got to work on today, I just thought I would invite you guys in to take a look. Stephanie says, I'm at work, child. Yes, ma'am. I'm at work too. I'm at work. Good morning, Tamika. Good morning. We got to do something to make this money. So I think I'm going to start with this clothing deal that I'm supposed to have. So there's a clothing rental company that wants me to promo for them. And what I got to do is, pick out some fashions that I like and then create videos or wear them out to some of my events and stuff like that and take pictures and videos and stuff like that. And they do all the back end stuff. They put together the website. They, handle the rental service. It's like $50 a month, and you get to pick out like a few pieces that you can wear for a little while, try on. You can decide if you want to buy them or you can send them back. So I thought that would be perfect for me because I always have an event. I'm always traveling. I'm always creating content. So I decided to partner with them, and now I got to get some pictures. Thank goodness that, I have to send them pictures, but thank goodness I do have a few times that I've already done some photo shoots and stuff like that. So I thought about going ahead and doing another photo shoot, but I don't like photo shoots. I really cannot stand photo shoots. I just can't. I'm a selfie kind of girl. Like, I think I take amazing pictures of myself. I get really awkward when it comes to being in front of like the camera like that for some reason. I don't know why, but it's been very rare that I've been completely happy with my photo shoot. So I decided that I was going to go back to some pictures that I've already taken. But here's the thing. One of the pictures or set of pictures is like super professional, and I'll show them to you so you can take a look at them. And the other is like more laid back, and it's more of that mommy vibe. So I'm trying to figure out like which direction do I feel like going in. I'm more so leaning towards the kind of mother vibe photo shoot because honestly, it's very rare that I'm just like, I like to dress nice and do those, and go out and stuff like that. But I'm a comfy type of a girl. Okay. I'm a very, I wear heels? I am wearing them a little bit more now. It took me 3 years, I think, from the pandemic to finally put on a pair of heels again. Okay. So that's just not like consistently my vibe. I love beauty. I love girly things. I love, jewelry, especially. That's my unique jewelry, my favorite thing. Somebody says you have to be confident to be in front of the camera, work on your confidence. I guess I say that could be an issue for some people, but I'm literally on camera all the time, like all the time. Okay. I'm on live right now in front of the camera. If you go look at my TikTok page or my YouTube, I'm in front of the camera. Like, it's got a lot going on. Somebody said, very refined, beautiful lady. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. User, well, we can't date. Sorry. I'm trying to figure out where us dating was like ever an option. That's weird. To be disqualified for something that I didn't try to sign up for. It's crazy. It's crazy, ain't it? The audacity. The audacity. Okay, so now I got to search around in my email. And I'm the most disorganized person in the world. Okay? Most disorganized person in the world sometimes. And so I got to go find this information. Oh, Lord. I guess I'll just do it the manual way because I can't even remember the people's name. But I got to go and make sure that I get this stuff into them. Like I said, I'm supposed to be traveling here in a minute, so I want to make sure that a lot of this stuff is wrapped up. Next, I'm going to be working on a Etsy listing. Any of you guys do any Etsy or can recommend any creators that talk about Etsy? Because I have found something And of course, it's been done before. Okay, it's been done before because I can tell there's obviously listings of Etsy, but I think I found a good way to make another one of those, side, like those sleep coin side hustles. Good morning, Tam, Homeschool Help Desk. How are you doing? How's it going? Ugh, we're not gonna find this in. How's everybody doing this Monday? Y'all ready? Are y'all going to work? Are y'all on break? Are y'all on vacation? What's going on with y'all? Are Mondays hard for y'all? Good morning, DS Navy. I don't know. I'm a real type A type of person. Like I'm a wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning, Monday is my day type of person. I'm good. I have some digital downloads and Etsy. I like it for exactly that reason. Okay, so could you just tell me real quick? Okay, I'm familiar with SEO. I'm familiar with driving traffic and stuff like that. If you had to give me one tip for Etsy listing, an Etsy listing, what advice would you give me? It says, I'm retired, but again, go to work on a business venture. Okay. Good morning. Morning days are easy for me. Okay, B. Awesome. Mondays are hard unless I'm off. Yeah, I feel you. Money in my sleep deposit once a week is yes, honey. I love money deposited once a week in my bank account for no reason. Okay. Awesome. Love it. Oh, Lord. I don't know where that email went, so I'm going to have to find it. You know what? Let me do it this way because I remember them giving me yeah, here it is. Okay. Got a job. So I'm going to need to learn jobs for at home. Monday's a struggle day because off day. Sorry, these character limits are annoying. Okay, yeah, they kind of are. So maybe let me run through some of my ideas for it first. So I've noticed that a lot of sellers are doing like discounts, coupons to kind of trigger that. Should I send out offers? I'm trying to see if there's a place that I can figure out where people are, like, how many people have like clicked on my link. There's a lot that I have to learn about Etsy right now. Yeah, there's a lot that I have to learn. I'm wondering if there's some like quick overview. I'm one of those people that I notice trends. Like I notice patterns and things like that. I think that's why I've been able to be so successful in, sales and digital marketing and stuff like that. But I would have to be on Etsy a lot to get it. So that's what I'm working on right now, spending more time with it, seeing what the back end looks like. I've got one listing up there right now, and it's for a Zoom background. So I don't know, a lot of y'all were following me when I purchased my property in Atlanta to do a content house in. We purchased it at the end of last April. We did some renovations on the basement, added a third bathroom. And then we, decorated and all that good stuff, turned it into a content house slash Airbnb. And I had some professional video and photo of it made. So what I'm doing is selling the photos that I did of that content house as virtual background. So I decided that I would upload one of them on Etsy and then try to optimize it and see what happens and then start creating more content for that. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Mel. Good morning, everyone. Kiss by Devin says, do you know anything about Amazon affiliate thing? I joined and don't know how to use it. Yes. So there's a difference between an Amazon affiliate and then an Amazon influencer. Which one are you? Nita says, I love your hair. Thank you so much, Nita. I just got these done because I'm about to travel. A black girl got to get her braids before she go out to the water, right? I've got extremely curly hair. I just didn't want to be bothered. Extremely curly waist length hair. I did not want to be bothered with it. Kid says, I signed up for an affiliate. Okay, so with affiliate, the difference is that you get links to specific products, okay? Someone said, I hope you have a great time on vacation. Thank you so much, Tam. Okay, so with affiliates, okay, you get links to products. If you are an influencer, you get a storefront where you can create like lists and you can direct traffic to those lists or direct traffic straight to the storefront. But as an affiliate, you'll be directing traffic to one or two different links. So I say, you have been such a light for me going through my second divorce. Thank you for sharing your story. You're absolutely welcome, Bunny. I thank you so much for being here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to teach you a little bit about what I know so far with Amazon affiliates and Amazon influencer. Go ahead and lean into that like button. If I say something that gives you an aha moment, thank you so much, Bunny, for your gifts. If I say something that gives you an aha moment, if I say something that gives you, more room to think, or it makes sense, or something that you get excited about, what I want you to do is do me a favor and leave likes, okay? Lean into it. Don't just, one or two times. Tap, okay? That's what I want you to do. Thank you so much. So tap on that like button if I say something that makes sense. Go ahead and practice for me, okay? Because right now I'm about to give you some free knowledge, and I'm basically doing a free Pick My Brain session, and I charge for these, okay? I normally charge for Pick My Brain sessions. So Amazon affiliate, what you're going to be doing is driving traffic to specific products versus an Amazon influencer. You're going to be driving traffic to a storefront that you have, that you still get paid commissions off of, and they still fulfill, all the shipping and all that customer service and stuff. It's just that now you can have a storefront full of items versus a few specific items, okay? I don't necessarily believe that one is better than the other. Matter of fact, I do both of these. Okay. And in that Amazon haul that I did on live where I showed you what I bought, one of the things that I bought, and let me grab it real quick because it's on the table behind me. One of the things that I ended up buying was this product. Okay. I got this product, and it is a bird feeder cam, all right? A bird feeder cam. Let me check the comments right now. All right? So, this is what I have. A bird feeder cam. And this is an example of a product that I'm going to promote just for the link itself, okay? Now, what you can do, what I've seen on TikTok so far, is people are creating these accounts, okay? They're taking the content from their video cam and they're creating TikTok accounts that are niched all the way down to birds or bird accounts. And that's all they do is they use this camera and this equipment to go live on TikTok. So they're generating money that way. But the goal is to drive traffic from that TikTok page. So when I say traffic, I mean take customers that are interested in their product, okay, and having them click a link so that they can get more information about this product or potentially buy the product. Okay, so that would be an example of an associate. So they're taking people, they're bringing people in through their content with this bird feeder camera. And then what they're doing is they're trying to sell this product along with like bird supplies and stuff like that. So the best way you're going to, this is what the funnel is going to look like. You're going to need something. Okay, I don't see any likes coming up on this screen now. I'm giving a lot of information out and y'all just, I'm literally giving y'all the game. I want y'all to lean into that like button, okay? Give me some likes. Because when they slow down, I'm going to stop talking. Y'all want to get the rest of it or no? Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, so what that funnel looks like, how you're going to make your sales is you're going to use the content, the bird content. So what that does, what you need to do is niche down. If you're an associate, you need to niche down. You need to have something that you specifically promote. And when I say that, like 1 or 2 items that are very closely related. You don't want, a hair item and then you have a skincare item. You want like 3 solid skincare items that you're passionate about, that you can talk about, that you can make content about. You want 3 items that are related to bird feeders, okay? You want 3 items that are related to homeschool. You want the 3 best items at most, okay? If you're a beginner, you want to focus on 1. But if you want to have the 3 top items, and then your account, your social media, your email list, all of your content is going to be geared around selling those 1 to 3 things. So what you're going to have to do is let's say you're going to use your TikTok, okay? You're going to take your TikTok, you're going to make it, if it's about makeup, beauty blogger, makeup, or whatever. You're going to pick your 3 items. Then what you're going to do is once you get the ability to put links in your bio, you're going to link a link tree, okay? Link tree. Go take a look at that. Google that, link tree. There's a bunch of different other things that you can use as well. I don't use those. I use Linktree. Okay? Linktree. And what you're going to do is you're going to put those 3 items, you're going to get your Amazon associates link for each one of those items on Amazon, and you're going to make 3 links in your Linktree. And it's going to be 3 items. Okay? And you're going to name those links. You're going to be like, get this, get this, get this. That's what you're going to name your links. And then when somebody comes in through your content, because on your content, you're going to be talking about all the good things. You're going to be very creative with your content. You're going to tell them the pros. You're going to tell them the cons. You're going to show them how you used it. You're going to get on live and you're going to show them how it works. You're going to talk about the things. You're going to share content from other users, from people who use that same stuff. You're going to just keep promoting. That's what you're going to talk about. And then what you're going to say is, it's in my link in my bio, and use a code, or here's a coupon, or whatever. And you're going to make that offer, and those people are going to go click those links, and eventually they're going to buy. Okay? If they're interested in it. That's why I say niche down. Okay? Niche down. Do you have a video on how you first started working from home? Yes, I have a few videos that are pinned on my profile about what I do and how I do it. So I've touched on that a few times. I'm still telling those stories. So, but the most recent ones are the ones that are pinned in my bio. So it says, so you purchase items, model them, then make money. Now it depends. Okay. It depends whether you have to purchase them or not. Sometimes you don't have to purchase them. So with TikTok Shop, it's kind of like the same premise, but you can apply as a content creator to get free samples. So there's a product that I have that's a teeth whitener that I use, and I got that completely free. Okay, I got that one completely free. Because every time I make a video, I get at least one comment that's like, hey, your teeth are so pretty. What do you use? So I decided that, hey, I'm just going to share and tell what I use. So I got that product out of the TikTok Shop. Every time somebody buys it, I get paid like $11 and some change or something like that. Okay. So that is, an example of where you didn't actually have to buy the product. There's also companies that you can partner with. They are always calling and offering to send me free products. If it's a product that I like, that I'm interested in, something that I know that I either use all the time already or would use, okay, then I go ahead and say, hey, yeah, I'll do some content for you, but along with that free product, can I get a code, or do I get a code? Okay. So he says, can we use items we purchased previously? Yes, you can use items you purchased previously. I do that all the time. That's one of the reasons why I do the Amazon affiliate marketing. Because, honey, I'm going to be ordering Amazon damn near like every day, every other day. That's my first go-to. I work from home. I got homeschool kids. I'm at home. I got a small child. Okay. I do a lot of stuff from home. And if it ain't from home, I'm in another country somewhere, or I'm out of town, or I'm traveling. I'm on a plane or something like that. So I got to make sure that my household runs. I ain't got time to be running to freaking Walmart every time somebody runs out of something or every time somebody needs something. I am an Amazon queen. I'm on that mug. Okay. Somebody said, I just joined. What do you do? Okay, so for everybody who's just joining, I am the side hustle queen. Okay, I'm going to find a way. If there's a way to make some money without going to a 9 to 5, I'm going to find it. I'm going to figure it out. So that's part of what I do. I do a lot of different things. If you're just now joining this live, when I say something that is useful for you, when I say something that makes sense, when I say something that brings off a light bulb for you, what I want you to do is go ahead and send a few likes. Okay. When I start giving away free game, I'll let you know. When I start like giving away the stuff that I normally charge for on my one-on-ones and my consultations, y'all need to make it rain with likes. Okay. That's when I start. When I keep talking, I need you to make it rain. Okay. So if you're just now joining this live, let me know that you understand that by sending a like. Okay. What are two other ways to make money? Because I'm tired of my 9 to 5. And then I said, how do you qualify to be able to put up links? Okay, so there's two ways. If you're on a creator account, you got 1,000 followers. Okay, and the quickest way to get up to 1,000 followers is, again, figure out what your niche is and then go search for popular viral videos in that niche. Okay, this is one of the time when I'm giving you a bunch of free games, so need to make it rain. If it stops raining, I'm gonna stop talking. Okay, so what you do is you go ahead and niche down, and then you go look for viral videos. And when I say viral, anything that has been, if you look at the little heart on the side and it says 1.3 million, that's a viral video, because if it got 1.3 million likes, it probably got like 5, 6, 7, 8 million views. So what you're going to do is you're going to find those. And if you click on it and it can be duetted or stitched, you're going to do one duet and you're going to do one stitch. And you're going to post that on your account until you get to 1,000. Matter of fact, you're going to keep doing it after you get to 1,000, but that's going to help you get to that 1,000 so that you can put that link. And then the other way is to just go through and do a straight business account. Now, it depends on what I have going on, whether I'll go that route or not, because when you do a business account, you can pretty much get that link ability instantaneously. Okay, immediately. That's when that happens. But if I already have a business and, I've got money coming in through another way, like Gigi said, no trending sounds and all that type of stuff. It's a headache. So even if you go that route, what you want to do is you want to get to 1,000 as fast as possible. And then you want to, switch it back to a creator account. But those are two ways. Thank you so much. I am Trenaya. That's a pretty name. Thank you so much. So yeah, those are the two ways that you can get. You can get that link capability. You want links. You want the ability to have links, and you want the ability to go live if you're using TikTok for your marketing. And if you have a little bit of money, $10, $20, what you can do is you can kind of boost or promote the videos that do well, because if you boost them, they're going to do even better. Don't take like the little quiet one. If you don't know how it's performing, if you just post it and it's kind of a dud, it only got a few likes, or it only got 100 views or something like that, don't invest your money on the ads. Wait until you get that one that's like, oh, okay, wait a minute, my other one's got like 100 views, 200 views. This one right here got like 6,000. Promote that one. Put like $10, $20 on it and promote it, and get your followers up. Okay. Thank you so much, Lori, for the rose. Right. So I hope that answers that question. The other question somebody else asked was like, what are two things they can do because they're tired of their 9 to 5? Thank you so much, Navy. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So let's talk about two things you can do if you don't like your 9 to 5. Okay. Or I'll just talk about two things that I do. Said this is great information. Thank you. Okay. Who wants to know two things that you can do or two things that I do? You want to know about two things that I do, or do you want to know about two things that I've seen or, some things I've seen working? Which one do you want to know? You want to know about what I do? Happy Monday, Jade. You want to know about what other people do? You want to know what I've seen? Somebody says both. Both. Okay. What do you do? Okay, you do, but experience liking it up. Yes. Yep. Okay, everybody's talking about both things that work. All these things work. What's the? So I'm very observant. I don't know if you've ever heard of a funnel hacker. I'll go back and look through. I'm nosy. I'm a mathematician. I go back and I look at stuff and add two and two together and be like, oh shit, that's how they making money. Got it. Both. Okay. So people want to talk about both. Two things you do and the things you see are working. Okay. Both. Lead me the way. Okay. ClickFunnels. Yep. ClickFunnels. So ClickFunnels is a platform that allows you to kind of effortlessly build funnels. I use that. I have several funnels that are running right now. Okay. So yeah, ClickFunnels. Hybrid working mom, content creator, blogger, trying to be full-time, building a mom community. Great. Tosh things. Okay, we need to link up. Hit me up in my DM and we'll talk about doing a collaboration or something. Okay, Jay says, what are funnels? I'm gonna pause that for a while because now we're talking about getting into marketing and stuff like that. And you're gonna need to figure out what you're gonna do before you start trying to think about what marketing, you're gonna use for it. I'll do that. I'll do some of that content like on YouTube or for my subscribers and stuff, but we gotta get to the side hustle. We got to figure out what side hustle we're going to do. So let's talk about some of the things that I do. Okay. So the first business that I started was actually a service-based business. Okay. And it is a writing agency. And I call it an agency because after I started the business in 2013, summer of 2013, I wrote all the projects myself until I had to go back to pharmacy school in September, that fall when school started back. And I started hiring writers to do the work. So at that point, I became an agency. Okay. My job was to find work and their job was to do the writing. And no, I'm not hiring right now. That's always people's questions when I talk about this. I am not hiring. However, I can help you set up your own writing agency if that's something that you do or something that you're interested in. This particular side hustle works the fastest and easier for people who are already, doing writing. They've been writing resumes. They've been doing grant writing. They've been writing blogs for other people. They've been doing SEO. They've been doing, all those types of things. They've been doing email marketing for people. That particular side hustle works fastest. I'm not saying that it does not work for people who don't understand what writing is, but it works fastest for those people. So if that's something that you're interested in, go take a look at my profile. You know what to do. It's called Write Six Figs. Okay. It literally talks about the entire process of how over the years, not only did I start the writing agency as a side hustle, but I also began to do, use outsourcing automation so that now at this point, I work on this business probably, less than 5-10 hours a week. And it's still creating about, up to about $10,000 a week in revenue. So out of that, I probably pay out about half of that to my writers and to my admin staff and to customer service and stuff. So if I make $10,000 in a week, I'm putting about 5,000 of that in my pocket. And that's with little to no, work. The work that I do on that business now is content creation. That takes me a couple of hours a week. I do systems and processes for that business. So making sure that, our line is working well, the websites are doing what they're supposed to do, the funnels are built properly, and there's still, email marketing, those sorts of things. So I guess I'm the director at this point. I just direct traffic. Somebody says, love how calm your demeanor and spirit. Don't matter if it's an apocalypse, you're going to be calm and learning. I'm working on that, okay? I won't lie and say that I'm like that all the time, but, teaching is my passion, so it comes pretty easy. Okay, so that's one that I'm doing right now. That's that writing agency. And the crazy part about that writing agency is that it laid the foundation for how a lot of my other businesses work. Okay, that outsourcing and that automation, being able to drive traffic to links and stuff like that, those are all foundations of a lot of the other businesses that I run. So, for example, I started a mattress removal company with a friend of mine, probably in like 2017. And it was the same premise. Yeah. So what we were doing is I created a funnel, and I do have that in my ClickFunnels still to this day. Thinking about like selling the funnels itself, or giving access to those funnels. Because once you have a funnel and you can hire somebody for like Google ads, or you can get on Facebook or whatever, it makes it pretty easy for you to run a business that you don't have to work in. Okay. There's a difference between working in a business and working on a business. You work in a business as a mattress removal company. That means you're out picking up mattresses. You're driving a truck. You're picking up mattresses. You're driving all over the city. That's working in the business. Working on the business is what I'm doing now. I'm sitting here at my computer. I do a few hours to make sure everything's running well. I call, my dispatcher. I call the trucker, and, I send him a list, or make sure that it's automatically going every single morning. In the morning when he gets up, he knows what he has to do. I'm checking the bank account, making sure that the money has come from each one of our accounts. Or I decide, we're getting a lot of mattresses. We're picking up 30 mattresses a day at this point. Let me figure out how I can make sure that the money is, running. I ain't got to check each individual account. That's working on the business. Okay. Fine tuning the way that your processes run so that it makes it easier for you to make money. That's working on the business. Working in the business will have you burnt out and mad because you're working a lot and you're not making a whole lot of money. Okay. Lean into that like button. Remember what I told y'all? I said, if I said something that made sense to y'all, to go ahead and lean into that like button. Okay. If it makes sense, lean into it. And I'm talking about that little one time. I'm talking about tap it. It's free. Okay. Thank you, Stephanie, for your gift. I appreciate that. Liking my lives are completely free, and it helps me help you. Okay. So let me go into my link tree. This is link tree. Oh Lord. This is link tree. Okay. This is what it looks like. And I'm just showing it to you. This is what I said that you'll need to put on your profile when it comes to like promoting items with Amazon and stuff like that. There's some other things that you can use. Absolutely. I'm just going to talk about what I use. I have clients that use like stand stores and, all types of different things, but that's what I use. So I'm going to go in here. I talked about that resource that I had for you guys that was on my profile. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to make sure that it's up. Somebody said that they couldn't find it. So I'm going to make sure that link is there. I've got a ton of links because, again, I'm the side hustle queen. I want to tell y'all about all of it. So there's a lot of stuff that's on my link tree. So I'm going to make sure. So under work from home ideas on those links, okay, there's one of them that's called Start Your Own 100K Writing Agency. That's the one that I'm talking about. Okay, so that one is a guide that teaches you exactly what I did in order to not only start that writing agency, but continue to scale it and remove myself from it. So I didn't have to be the one, writing all the projects and stuff. So everybody has their job here, and it takes all of us to make it run. Okay, that's what that is. So if that makes sense to you and you're doing something. So I said they're fairly decent in writing. Absolutely. So now if you're fairly decent at writing and you pick something that you know a little bit about, it makes the learning curve a little easier because now you just got to learn how to deal with clients. And when I tell you that the client part is the business part is the part that you want to spend a lot of, time, when you're first starting out, let it be the business that you have to learn. Don't let it be the product or the niche or, whatever. You can do it. Like for me, the mattress situation. I don't know nothing about no mattresses and driving a truck and going out there and picking them up, and I never hauled junk before or none of that type of stuff, but I knew it was a profitable niche, and I knew that the business part, that's something that had a model that I already knew about, okay, because I've been doing it with the writing business. So I said, I'm a really good writer and excel at school. I want to do this. Yes, it's an amazing one, okay? And then you can hook up with other writing companies like me to make it even easier. Like I'm constantly making resources for the people who learn under me for that one. And here's a thought, okay? So for those of you who want to kind of dibble and dabble in this little writing company thing, okay, and you want to learn how that works, I do have an affiliate program for that, okay? It pays you $25 each time. Tina says she's not a good writer. That's fine, Tina. This thing right here that I'm about to share with you is going to be for you, okay? It pays you $25 each time a new customer uses the service, okay? Like I said, I popped up, thought I was Megan Thee Stallion. I get that a lot. I don't see it, but I'm glad y'all do because I love her. Okay, so if you're not a good writer, you still want to make some good money off of, the writing industry, there is a link under, I think it's under affiliate marketing links. Okay. And it says earn $25 for each new referral. So if you know anybody who is struggling to write papers and you want to make some good money, go ahead and sign up for that one. Okay. I do a couple of, sometimes I turn on my ads and I might spend $50 or $100 in a day on some of my own videos that promote this particular offer. And I can get like 8 or 9 new customers in a week. So 8 or 9 new customers. Let's say you get 10 customers in a week. That's $250 a week to just share a link. And everybody needs a service. I promise you, somebody who needs that service. So go ahead and take a look at that. It's on my profile and it's under affiliate marketing. Okay. Yep, AI can help everybody, but there's still situations where you cannot rely on AI, and we still making money out here on that. Okay. So I said, if you told me you're a cousin, I would believe you. Maybe one day somebody we'll get her to come respond or something. Cause I get that. I'd be getting that out in the streets. Like people are, and you look so much like Meg Thee Stallion. And that's just crazy to me. I am tall and I am thick, so maybe they would. Maybe that's the case. Okay. So that's one of them that I'm doing. Okay. Are y'all ready for me to describe another place that you can make money? I think I just described 2 actually. So I did describe. I described the writing company. I told you about the mattress removal service. Okay. Told you about that one. I've done other things, of course, but those are two big ones. Okay. I see everybody saying yes, please, let's please. Okay, I'm going to talk about another one. Another one that I'm doing right now is car rental. Can you give an example of what a writing job would entail? I'm confused. I'm a good writer. So let's say you work with small businesses or online businesses and they have a blog section and they need somebody to write blogs for them. That's an example of a writing job. So when I say job, maybe I should say like gig or project instead of job, okay? Because I don't want to get you mixed up with like job and you thinking, a lot of people hear job and they're like, oh, the 9 to 5. So that means somebody's hiring me at a salary and, I work hourly and every hour I get paid, blah, 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 blah. No, we're talking about writing like gigs or projects. So writing projects, meaning, you hook up with a company who every month they need, blog service. They're willing to pay you $1,000 a month for, SEO blogs that are going on their websites for you to, write them and post them. That's where the real money is when you can be a total agency for something like that. So not only are you just writing the blog post, because, that right there, again, you can do something like AI and get a blog post. But for SEO keywords, getting the blog, optimizing the blog, posting it, making it look good, sometimes even sharing it out, doing the research and stuff like that, that is where the money is spent. Okay. Anybody could get on ChatGPT and do a blog, and you can start off that way as well. But the entire service is something that a lot of these bigger companies will pay, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, some of them $10,000 a month, depending on what type of products that they promote. Okay. If you're talking about a roofer who is every time they get a new job offline on their website, if you're talking about a roofer that gets paid like $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 or something like that, off of one roof, they'd be willing to pay you a lot more for a blog post if you can go to them and show them how your blogs convert. And by convert, meaning how your blogs brings them potential customers and how many of them actually spend money with them. Okay. If you can show them that, hey, my blog post, every time I write a blog post, I get 1,000 people to your website. Out of those 1,000 people, we close 2 deals. That means that one blog post that you wrote, that you optimized, that you posted, that you made sure was, relevant and did all that research and stuff. Every blog post that you write is going to make 2 sales for them. And out of that 2 sales, if their average ticket is $10,000, you just made them $20,000. And you're going to say, I want $5,000 of that a month for 4 blog posts. Okay. That's how you sell those services. I said, how do we find these companies? How do we find companies that will pay? You call, you pick up the phone, you show up, you see that your neighbor is getting their roof done, and you look at that sign and you say, let me call. Is there somebody that I can talk to right now? I've seen this thing, or, I've been writing blog posts for other roofers in this city, or I've been writing blog posts or doing XYZ for other roofers that are in this city or in your vicinity, some of your competitors, okay? And they're able to convert another 5 to 6 roofs a month just from me writing a couple of blog posts. Is there somebody I can talk to about this? Or is this something that would make sense for you? Especially the mom and pops, okay? The mom and pops. The ones that you don't have to, start with the mom and pops. The ones that you can pick. The phone number that is on that sign is the decision maker. As soon as they pick up the phone, you're speaking to the one that has to make that decision. That's what you do. Okay, you start with them, and if they don't have $5,000 or $10,000, you go about it this way. You create your own little website, roofing site on ClickFunnels or something like that. You hire somebody and pay them a couple of $100s to put up a website for you, get you an email list, and then you start blogging yourself, and then you start getting leads, and you go to those mom and pops and say, hey, I get about 10 to 15 roofing leads a month, because I'm a writer and I specialize in writing about roofing services. Is it okay if I forward some of these leads to your email? What's your email address? Okay. What's your email address? How do I get in touch with you if I have somebody that is looking for a roof right now? Okay. And then you let them give me your contact information. You say, hey, when I send you these people, I said, what is your fee? What referral fee? What percentage of the job would you be willing to pay me? Okay. And you start off that way and you send them a roofing job. Okay. That's how that works. That's how you find those companies. So I said, I just made a list of all the business owners I know. Absolutely. You're welcome, Stephanie. Exactly. Have conversations with them. It's all about solving problems. You talk about advertising, you talk about selling stuff to people. It's all about solving issues, solving problems. And most business owners, they're not very good at finding customers. And even if they are, it's really hard to be the one, like somebody said, plumbing is profitable. It's hard to be a plumber and be an expert at marketing at the same time. You can do it, but at one point you're going to have to pick and choose a side, or you're not going to be able to make the type of money that you want to make. So you got to pick one. That's why things like doing Amazon affiliates and, Amazon, store, be affiliate marketing and stuff like that. That's why a lot of people are so successful at doing those things, because they only have to worry about one side of the coin. If you're an Amazon affiliate, you're an Amazon influencer, and I encourage you to sign up for both of those, okay? You're all ordering stuff from Amazon anyway. You're all ordering stuff from Amazon. I encourage you to sign up for that. If you're thinking of starting a business, you want to make some money, on the side, that's one of the easier ones that you can start. Of course, it's a learning curve, just like anything else. You're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to, do trial and error. You're going to have to, learn about it and stuff like that. But it's a good place to start, because you don't have to do anything else but the marketing. You don't have to fulfill an order. You don't have to build anything online. You don't have to ship anything. You don't have to handle customer service. You don't have to answer the phone. You don't have to answer any emails. You don't have to do nothing but literally promote a link. Okay. Start there, because when you start a business of your own, you're going to have to do those same types of things. But you're also going to have to be the one that's plumbing, or you're going to have the one that has to be in charge of figuring out how to get the website up and how to pay for the hosting and do all those other things. So start there. There's a guy who works here in my community too. Yep. Somebody says attacked. All right. So yeah, I've got those things. If you're looking for affiliate offers or affiliate, some of my top ones are in my profile. Okay. In my profile, go click on it, take a look at it, look under affiliate marketing links. There's a couple of them. There's a big list of ones that you can look at. And then I have, and those are high commission affiliate programs, because you don't want to be promoting something. You don't want to be promoting something and then, you're only getting $1 or something like that. You want those high profitable ones, like, the Amazon store. That's another good one. Okay. Not the Amazon store, the TikTok shop. Sorry. Go in there and look for the highest paid ones. Don't do the ones that every time somebody makes an order, you're going to get paid 50 cents. It takes just as much effort to make 50 cents as it takes to make $12 off of each product. It takes just as much effort. Okay. Take a look at that. Let's see. I'm looking for affiliate marketing programs. Go take a look at the my profile. Click over there, take a look under affiliate marketing links. I've got a few. There's another one called Capital on Tap. It's a business credit card that'll approve you up to 50K in business credit. Take a look at that one. It's an amazing one. Not only do you get the credit card, and you can use that, like I use that to furnish one of my Airbnb properties, but you also get paid $100 every time somebody signs up with your link. That's a high commission one. Okay. Every side hustle, it doesn't work in Africa. Yeah, I understand that. I don't have a list of ones that work from Africa, but I'm going to check around for you guys, because I have a lot of people like inboxing me from other countries. So I'm going to take a look at that soon. So I said, can you talk about luxury car rentals? What do you guys want to know about luxury car rental service? Let me know. Is it something that you're interested in me talking about? Okay, I'm at 19,000 likes. When I get to 23,000 likes, I'm going to go into detail about the luxury car rental service, okay? So I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. Y'all lean into that like button while I'm going. When I come back, I've got 20,000 likes, 23,000 likes. I'll go into my experience with that. Okay, sorry about that. All that coffee I be drinking in the morning. It's Monday. I have to have my coffee. So where are we at? We're at 21. We got to get to 23. Somebody said, how do you like it live? Just start typing really rapidly in the screen, okay? I said, no way. How much money do I have to start a business? I started my business with zero money. Zero. It depends on what type of business you want to start and how far you want to, progress it. Now, when I start businesses, because I've got other businesses to fund myself and I got access to, business credit and stuff like that, I can put money down to make it more convenient for myself. So it just depends on what business you want to start and how far along or what kind of advantages you want to give yourself when you first start. Somebody said, do you recommend drop shipping businesses? So that's something that I considered in the past, but okay, so the difference between like having your own drop shipping store and then having an Amazon, link or being an Amazon affiliate or something like that is that with the drop shipping, you got to maintain all the back end systems and stuff. You got to find suppliers. You got to maintain the back end. You got to, handle your own customer service. You got to do all that stuff. You got to build the website, maintain the websites, host the websites, pay for the websites. Like you got to do all that type of stuff. And at the end of the day, you still have to drive traffic to it. And for the most part, that's going to be, social media and email lists and all that type of stuff. So do I recommend drop shipping? Yes, if you want to do all that stuff, but I also recommend doing something like, affiliate marketing or, with Amazon or, TikTok shop or something like that, because you get to skip all that stuff and you're essentially having to do the same thing. Okay. Where did you start with? In Crockett. Okay. So you're absolutely beautiful and an inspiration. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay. I'm just catching up on some of the comments real quick before I move on. So we're going to talk about, as I promised, we got to 25,000 likes. We would talk about luxury car rental business. Okay. So I'll tell you how I got into it. Okay. Story time. This is not something that I initially set out to do. So I had my last baby in, 2021, the very end of 2021, had my last baby. At the time, I think he was driving like a pickup truck. I had like an Infiniti QX60 that I had paid off for like 3 or 4 years. But my mom was staying with us so she could help us out. She was going to be staying for like a year. That was the beginning time frame. She was going to stay with us for a year. I got 2 11-year-olds. It was him, it was me, it was her. I got a baby in a stroller. And sometimes when we traveled, we took one of his nieces with me. So we didn't have any vehicle that would hold all of us. Okay. Good morning, Tony. You're very welcome. So we didn't have a vehicle that was going to hold all of us and allow us to travel comfortably. So we went and found a 2022 Yukon XL. Very nice. It's not the Denali, but it's like the only difference between the car that I bought and the the Denali version is the grill and the fact that the one that I have takes regular gas and the one that the Denali takes premium gas. Okay. So low cost on the gas. You don't have to worry about somebody, because a lot of times people will if they're renting your car, they'll put, regular gas and start messing up your crap because they're cheap and don't want to pay for it and it's not their vehicle. So it cut out a lot of maintenance. It cut out of a lot of, potential issues right then and there because it was Jessica says she's still in the bed. No problem. So it cut out a lot of issues there or whatever. Okay. So we went ahead and got that one. And again, I wasn't thinking about renting it out. I just know we needed a bigger vehicle for our family. Well, after driving it around for a while, especially when I was looking around for my Airbnb property. Okay, so I had just had a baby, was looking for a property to buy in the area, and In one day with a baby strapped to me, we looked at 22 houses. And if you're driving around in a Yukon and it's you and a baby and two kids, you quickly realize this big old Yukon XL, not only does it burn a bunch of gas, but a lot of times I was in it by myself, ripping and running my errands like, any mom or stay-at-home mom, kids or whatever is doing every day. I'm ripping and running errands and stuff, okay? And I'm burning all this gas. So I'm like, this is not an everyday car for me. So I decided that I was going to start putting it on Turo, and then I was going to go buy something else. And then I'd let that vehicle cover both of the car payments and both of the insurances. So I had a car that was for my family to ride around in. And I also had my own little, personal vehicle as well. So that's what I did. I went and bought like a Kia Sportage and took that vehicle, the Yukon, and I put it on Turo, and it was making about $1,000 a week. The payment on that, including I got it loaded. I got everything in it, got the whole maintenance plan. I just drop it off and they do all the maintenances and the tires and the rims or whatever. It's got everything on it. I pay about $1,000 a month. My insurance, I pay like $1,100 for $1,200 or so for both vehicles every 6 months. Okay. And it was making $1,000 a week. So I'm netting what is that? Like $2,800, $3,000 a month. About $3,000 a month is what I make. Okay. And on that. So out of $3,000, I got 2 car payments. One's like $700. Again, a fully loaded maintenance package, all that situation. I pay $1,000 on that. So let's say I pay about $2,000, $2,200 for car payments, maintenance, and insurance. Okay. And I'm making $4,000 a month. That means I'm putting $2,000 in my pocket every single month from the purchase of a vehicle that's out there working for me. And I'm able to drive my other cars for free. I'm not having to worry about my insurance payment or, the other car payment, both car payments, because that one car is paying for all of that. Good morning, everybody. Okay. If that makes sense, lean into that like button. I know that was profound. That had to have set off some bells, some light bulbs and stuff. Okay. So that's how you can drive damn near any car you want to and do it for free. Okay. Hey, Sam. Okay. That's how you drive whatever you want to and do it for free. Okay. So then with Turo had an issue with the Turo. GMC had a couple of recalls. And when they have a recall, they kick you off of Turo. And because the parts were crazy at that point in time, as far as them being able to get a held over to all those shipping issues that we were having, the freight issues and things that were happening, in the middle of last year affected that situation. And the recall situation was going to take like 5 months or something to get taken care of. So then what I did was I took it off of Turo and I started renting it out by the month to in this area, in the Atlanta area, there's a lot of like movies and shows and stuff being shot here. So then it started becoming a vehicle that the actors and stuff would use when they came to Atlanta. So we've had, some really big names. I don't know if I can share them here. I'll say one. Kevin Hart has rode around in my vehicle. So we've had a few. So that was paying me like between $5,000 and $6,000. I think one assignment, it went out for like 6 weeks. I got $6,000 for that. Another time it went out for like 3 or 4 weeks. One time it went out for a few days for like a music video shoot. So, we went that route. Then, we found another guy who opened up his own private company. And, what he would do is he rents it out. So what he does, he pays me a fee of $150 a day. He does all the marketing, all the maintenance. He handles all the people coming in and out, all that stuff. I just literally sit here and get $150 a day each time it rents out. And if you get something that's, popular, like my Yukon, it stays gone. I think it probably stays rented at least 25, 26 days out the month. So I'm doing $150 a day. With that being written out, and I'm not doing anything but checking on the direct deposit at this point. So for Turo, if that's all you have available to you, you want to make some money real quick, put it on Turo, but also go and try to uncover other things in your area. Like for me, it's the movie industry. You'd be surprised. A lot of you live in areas that, the movie industry is always filming in and you don't even know it. Maybe you don't even, pay attention to it. Or if you're somewhere next to a big city like Atlanta or Los Angeles or New Orleans or I think maybe Dallas and Houston, places in New York, they're all places where these movie studios, just Google movie and filming studios. If you see a few studios in your area or in the, an hour away or a couple hours away or whatever, you can make this work for you too. So start on Turo, look around on Turo in your area, see what is going and what's not going, do that research, and then look into the towns that are around you, okay? And see if there's any big city, if there's any action in those cities when it comes to like the movie industry and, those types of things, and see if you can start making those connections. Okay. Because if you got a vehicle and you might be an hour or two away from Atlanta, but somebody's calling and say, hey, we need a vehicle and, you got one and we want to pay you, we want to rent it for the next 3 months and we're going to pay you $6,000 a month. You're going to drive that 2 hours and drop that vehicle off, right? Yeah. I know I am. So check on that. But you can start with Turo, then you can start looking for other opportunities in the area and make some connections and see what's up. So that's another thing I do. I've already shared 3. Share 3 things. Somebody says, do I offer business coaching? Yes, I do. So if you go take a look at my profile, you know what to do. Go click over there. Take a look at all the offers that I have right there. I do have one-on-one offers, okay? Some of y'all are saying, hey, I just got here for one. That's cool. What I do is I download these afterwards and I upload them to my YouTube channel, okay? So if you're here and you miss something, you don't want to miss anything, go ahead and subscribe over there, okay? Because I take these replays and I put them over there on YouTube. So if you missed the first 2, I'm not going to keep going over them because I don't do lives that long. I'm not going to go over and over and over again. But if you missed it, I definitely want you to get the information. Go take a look at my YouTube. I'll be uploading this sometime later today. You can take a look at it at your leisure. You can stop it. You can start it. You can leave comments. You can do all that stuff. Jessica says, get the replay on YouTube. Absolutely. Okay. So if you missed those first 2, go take a look. Somebody wants to know, can I talk about how I started an Airbnb? Okay. So who wants to know how I started with Airbnb? I need to get some likes. Okay. When I get up to 40,000 likes, I'll talk about the Airbnb situation. Is there anybody who has any questions about what I've already talked about? This thing has been shared 11 times. What I want you to do is also share it. When I get to 40,000 likes and I get 30 shares, I will talk about the Airbnb situation. I'll tell you everything I know about that, my experience so far. So I say, your face is fabulous. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. I missed the first part of this message. Okay, so again, for the people who are just coming in, you've missed the first part of this message. I talked about a couple of ways that you can make money. I've talked about Amazon influencer versus Amazon associates. I talked about how to make money the quickest way that way. I've talked about how to, get to the place where you can start putting links in your TikToks and stuff. How do you get to that quickly? Talked about how to get followers. I talked about all that type of stuff. I talked about 1 or 2 business credit things as far as affiliate marketing. So I didn't really go into that on this live, but I'll come back and talk about my experience on another live. So make sure you follow me, okay? Because I can't talk about it all at one time, but I'll talk about it. So again, if you missed what I talked about, I'm going to be downloading this once it's available and I upload them all to my YouTube. I take all my lives, upload them to my YouTube. Okay. So if you subscribe to me, you'll get notification when I go live on YouTube. If you subscribe, you'll be able to go rewatch all of these lives, okay? So they first show up as lives and then they get posted so you can go back and rewatch them. Okay? So follow me, go take a look at the YouTube, subscribe over there if you're missing what I'm talking about. You definitely don't want to miss, the strategy that I give. Somebody said, do you think drop shipping is worth it? Okay, so we talked about this a little bit earlier as well. If you're like me and you want to have multiple streams of income, I do not feel like the ends justifies the means there. Like, it's a lot of work. It's a whole lot of work for you to not get a whole lot of money. So I'm the type of person that likes to have multiple income streams. I would never rely on just one. So if that's you, you want to make sure that you're doing, several things at one time. And I feel like I can make more money quicker by doing that and something else. Okay, hold on just a second. Good morning. How are you doing?
Oh my God.
You're
So nice.
Thank you.
I like it. Yeah. It's coming.
Oh, she's not here today.
She didn't with it. Oh my God.
She's gone, girl.
Oh my God.
I know. My baby is gone. I miss her already.
Yes, everybody's leaving.
Oh, yes. I miss her already. So, yeah, hopefully, what did Mercedes say? I tried drop shipping, couldn't get off the ground because of the money. Yeah, it's a lot, okay? And especially for your first business, because you got to, do a lot of research on the products. You got to find, a supplier. You got to build the shop or pay somebody to build it. You got to maintain it. You got to go set up all the Shopify or whatever platform that you decide to use it on. You got to host it. Sometimes your website is going to be down for something stupid. You got to know about, you got to know about a lot. You got to be a blog writer or find a blog writer because you're going to have to drive traffic to the site. So you got to be a marketer. You got to be a salesperson. You got to deal with customer service issues. You got to answer the phone. You got to answer the email. You got to do all that stuff when you could just went on and been an Amazon influencer. You see what I'm saying? Like, you could have just been an affiliate of somebody else's product, and the only thing you have to worry about is sending traffic and getting new sales and getting new buyers and customers and stuff. And that's all you have to get good at. You don't have to be a jack of all trades there. There's systems and stuff that are already set up for you. Amazon handles the website. Amazon handles the customer service. They do all that stuff. You don't have to worry about that. Okay? Somebody said, how did I grow my audience post-pandemic? The same way I was growing it before the pandemic. It works literally the same. Matter of fact, it works better because more people are online and more people are looking for you, and our way of life has changed. Okay. So I said the Amazon influencer, I'm going to look into that. Look into both Amazon influencer and Amazon associate. Okay. There's two ways that you can do that. And again, I talked about both of those earlier. So catch the replay when I post it on YouTube. Go subscribe right now so you're notified. All right. I'm still looking for those shares. Y'all want me to do some talk about my Airbnb. I'm not talking about that until I get 40,000 likes and 30 shares. Okay. Somebody says, I'm a small caterer. Do you have any info on this? Yes. A lot of these tactics work for any type of service-based business. Okay. The marketing sometimes can get different, but as far as the setup, how you're going to scale and stuff, it's the same. All right. It's the same. I know Sammy on here. I hope, is Sam still on here? You need to go follow her. Okay, I do food content because I like just creating content and playing around with stuff, seeing, what I got. My YouTube name is Lorraine Kamisha. If you go back to my profile, there's a link straight to it at the top. The little YouTube icon. You can go straight to it. Okay. Does your car need to be paid off to do Turo? No. Nope. So right now we're in the process of looking for some vans and stuff so that we can put onto the movie industry as well. So I'm trying to find the best way to do it. I'm doing my research right now. What you want to try to do it is under business credit and LLCs. I got a couple of LLCs I can do it under, but I'm trying to figure out if I can do it without a personal guarantee. Personal guarantee means they're not going to run your credit to do it. They're going to look at your business credit. So I applied for a program that Ford has, and it's a line of credit, and that's typically top tier. It's a little bit more difficult to do things like line of credits than it is to do a credit card. Or if I just walked into Ford and said, hey, I want a car loan. I know I can do that. I've got a couple of credit cards that I could probably fit a whole van on, but you want to save your resources. You want to use your financial resources as effective as possible. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have to put down cash, don't. If you don't have to, use your personal credit, don't do it. So I applied for them. I got denied for that. So I'm waiting for the letter to see why, so I can go back and make those changes and then go back or figure out another way. But I'll be buying a van with my partner soon, very soon, so that we can get those on. Do you recommend Etsy print on demand? Yes, I do. And I've started up a little side hustle that I'm going to be working on that. So I ain't going to too much talk about it right now because I'm optimizing it. I'm learning, I'm observing, I'm figuring it out. But I do have one product right now on Etsy. And once I figure that one product out, I will be scaling it. Thought about doing tour, but got scared because the car theft is so bad in my city. Yes, I live in a city that is rife with car theft. Okay, so you got to be real particular. You gotta keep your eyes open. You got to recognize, scams. One of the things that I ask every person, first of all, I'm not letting somebody just be able to rent it and I not have to approve it first. So that's how you can kind of stop that. Make them make a request and then add them, or then approve it or whatever. And then what I do is I ask them, hey, I see you're interested in the car. May I ask what you're using it for? If it sounds shady, if it looks shady, you know what I'm saying? Then you stop it. Someone said, I'm in Georgia. My car got stolen right out my driveway. Yep. And it is so bad here. Like there's no getting away from it. It's so bad here. It doesn't matter if you're in the hood, in a good area, or whatever. You better lock your car up because they'll come right to your driveway. It's getting crazy out here. Okay, I see one of you that just got how to make 100 to sustainable income. Okay. All right, so we're at 19 likes. We need 30 shares and 40,000 likes in order for me to talk about my Airbnb experience and how I started that up. So I said, help me work from home. I hate leaving my babies, please. I understand. So there's several resources. I'm talking about some of them right now. Okay. So the way that I can help you, there's a few ways. First way I can help you is when you see me, you can follow me here. When you see me go live, join. Okay. That's the first way I can help you. There's also a bunch of, resources that are on my profile. Go click around over there. There's a bunch of them there. Take a look at it. There's resources there. There's also ways that you can book me for one-on-one consultations over there, so I can help you that way. And you can also catch me on YouTube. There's a lot of YouTube content over there about different side hustles. The last ones that I posted, I did a live with one of my colleagues, Jessica. Her name is Profitable video content on this platform. And I did a live with her. We talked about how you can make an extra $1,000 a month with ChatGPT. The last one that we did was how you can make up to $1,000 a month with low content, digital products using Canva with no design skills necessary. Okay. Those are posted on my YouTube. Go take a look at those. So those are the ways that I can help you. I can help you on a live, either on TikTok or YouTube. So I'm sharing that information. There's resources, both paid and free, in in my profile. You can go click around over there. Okay. Or you can book me for a one-on-one. Right. So make sure that before you try to pick my brain, I don't do like pick my brain sessions for free. Somebody asked earlier, do I do free consultations? I do not. I do not do free consultations. All my consultations and one-on-ones are paid because I have too much free stuff out here. Number one, for you to go take a look at my YouTube, my TikTok, my lives. You can get on my email list. I send out little tips and tricks there. I'm constantly giving of myself. So no, I don't do free consultations. If you want to talk about your specific situation, if you want specific, ideas on how you can make money every month and what you need to do and how to help your household and stuff like that, then I do charge for that. I had a couple of those last week. We had one lady who got laid off of her job. She does like, what does she say? She does like systems and processes for businesses. Made a lot of money there, has a lot of experience. It's insane. There's a ton of stuff she can do. So we ran down a list of things that she could do because she just needed like clarity. She had no clarity of what direction she was going to go in. And that's common when you lose a job or your situations change. Like you're in survival mode, and it's really sometimes hard for people to like think and create when they're in survival mode. Let's see. Somebody says, good morning. Good morning. How much do you make in a month? If you want to know how much I make in a month, there's a couple of pinned videos on my profile where you can take a look. There's 3 pinned videos. I talk about that there and how much each revenue streams make me. Thank you, Rebecca, so much. All right. We're at 23 shares. We're at 39,000 likes. We need 40,030 shares in order for me to talk about Airbnb, what my experience has been so far on that. Okay. Have I ever done shipping through AliExpress via Shopify? And no, I have not, because I really don't. I've done some studying on drop shipping. Even took a course one time. I just find it to be a lot of extra work. Excuse me. So my thing is, how do I make the money with the least amount of effort? I've got children, homeschooling. I want to do things with them. I like to travel. I like to have free time. I like to rest. I'm trying to lose weight after having a baby. I'm trying to get my hormones back in check. My cortisol levels are too high. My blood, sugar has been a little off here lately. I'm spending a lot of energy on all those things. Why would I drop ship and have to, maintain a bunch of, customer service and websites and hosting and entering the products and do all that stuff? Why would I do that if I did not have to and I can still make a lot of money? Somebody said, is it easy to homeschool? I have a 3-year-old. I think it depends on the age. Somebody said, how do you check your cortisol level? Well, you can go to the doctor and have it changed. But what a lot of y'all guys probably don't know about me, I talk about a little bit, but not a lot. I am a pharmacist, so I know the signs and symptoms. I could go to the doctor and have that level checked, but I can also notice the things in my body that are, like my face was all puffy. That's a lot of inflammation and, build up and stuff like that. If you're feeling inflamed, you got pain in your body, your heart rate is too high, your blood pressure is too high. Like I was getting a bunch of hormonal acne all around my face. The whole double chin was starting to show up and stuff like that. It's because I was living a sedentary lifestyle and I was eating wrong and I had a lot of stress in my life. Okay. So you can kind of tell when your hormones are out of balance, or I can. Okay. You'll keep asking how much my consultation rates are. So I have a couple of options. One is like a 30-minute option. The other is an hour long option. I believe the 30 minutes is $199 and the hour is $279. Okay. So this is for people. This is not for people who want to come on and they want to complain. I have a bunch of clients and I have to stop them every single time. Like, I know people are struggling. I know. Okay. Hell, there are things over here changing for me right now, and I'm having to restructure and rethink about things. It is hard. It's stressful out here. It's hard. Do not book me for a consultation and then come and what you want to do is vent or complain. You're coming because you need ideas. You're ready to start implementing and you want it to work. Do not book my consultation just to come in and complain. We don't do that. I would say about 80% of the people who have worked with me one-on-one, our first session, within that first 5 minutes, I might give you a few minutes to just, let it out a little bit, but it's not a dumping session. It's a work session. It's a strategy session. It's okay, here's where I'm at. Here's where I want to be. How am I going to get there session? It ain't for the people who are, wanting to complain. Because you're going to feel some type of way when I stop you. I don't like it. Okay. So say, now I believe it's possible to have multiple streams of income. It's meant for me to see this. Yes, ma'am. You better have multiple streams of income. Somebody says, I am not a therapist. You are a coach. Absolutely. Now, I can be your therapist. If you want to pay me to sit there and just vent, you know what I'm saying? I just do that on live. Like, I got subscribers and I'm trying to figure out, for a low cost, like, $5, $10 a month, like $20 a month or something like that. Let's build a community and you have more access to me at a lower cost. And we, as a group, we can vent and talk about the things that are bothering us while still coming up with, some solutions. But just don't, don't spend $200 an hour to have a vent session. I say the same thing. I had a friend that's going through divorce. He feels some type of way. Don't go to the lawyer, your divorce lawyer, and start venting on them and, drama and stuff like that. They cost way too much an hour to be doing that. Somebody said, I'm new here. What line of work are you in? Okay. So I've described several of them on this live. If you missed it, I'm going to say this for the people who are just coming in and they have missed it. Hit the follow button, okay? I'm going to be doing these lives and I'm going to tell you exactly what I do and how I do it. If you missed it, go subscribe to my YouTube, because what I do after I hop off of here, I download these and I upload them to YouTube. So you get to see the replay. If you follow me and if you subscribe to my YouTube, you'll get to see all this. I described a lot of different things, at least 3 or 4 things that I do to make money from home. The one thing that I would tell you again is that you need several pieces of income. You need it, okay? What's the easiest thing you've done? I work full-time, overtime every week. Jobs, I never find anything. Okay, so somebody says, good morning. I've reached out a lot of websites that offer remote jobs. I never find anything. This is not the job. This is not the channel for remote jobs, okay? This is the channel for side hustles. This is a channel for, starting your own business. I can't help you guys with remote jobs. I've never had one. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for your gifts. So I said, what's my YouTube? Okay, my YouTube is Lorraine Kamisha. But if you go take a look at my profile, there's a link directly to it, okay? Go take a look at that and go subscribe there. Because after I hop off, I'm going to go back. As soon as this downloads, I'm going to upload this and allow y'all to watch the replays. If you come to the lives, okay? If you come to the lives, you can ask questions. If you miss some things, you can go get the replay, okay? You're welcome so much, Bailey. Do I have LLCs or things like that for your business? Yep, I have a few LLCs. Okay, but I did not start with no LLCs. I literally started with a side hustle. I'm probably not the best example of like doing it the right way because I literally started because I needed to make $140 a week for daycare. So when you're trying to make $140 a week for daycare and you're trying to, buy milk and formula and stuff like that, you ain't starting with no dang LLC. Did I LLC Turo business? No, but I have transferred that vehicle into LLC so that I can, and I have, now that I'm not doing Turo anymore. I'm renting it out, privately and to, commercially. So I do that under my LLC. So I have to show, my business, the deposit into my business bank account, or they send me a check written out to my business, that sort of thing. And that's for tax purposes. Yeah, you can side hustle all day. You can make money under the table and all that good stuff. But the problem is you cannot spend money that you cannot prove that you've made in this country. Okay? You cannot spend money that you cannot prove you made. You want to get these $1 million loans and, all these lines of credit and stuff so that you can continue to scale and make money. And, you can be that person that's making $1 million from home or several $100,000 from home and stuff like that. You're going to have to put it on paper. And if you're putting it on paper, now you're going to have to think about tax strategy, because you don't want to make all the money and then spend it all back out in taxes. If you got to spend it, you want to spend it on making more money. You don't want to have to spend it on sending a check to Uncle Sam. Okay. So then you got to start talking about LLCs, business bank accounts, and that type of stuff, because in order to get money, you got to show positive revenues flow. Okay. I feel like my child isn't going on 2 yet. We are surviving on his income. Yep. 140 and I have twins. Yep, I had twins. And that was a cost for $140 a week for twins at the time. And keep in mind, this was like 11, 12 years ago, and it was a home daycare. I don't believe in putting them in all them private daycares and all that other stuff. I got a doctorate degree. I was top of my class. I was head of everything, in charge of everything, president of everything. And I started off at home daycare with an old church lady who fed us ham hocks and greens for breakfast. So I know that you don't need all that crazy stuff. Like, let your kids be a kid. Let them learn the things that they need to learn: how to walk, how to talk, how to, be social with people, how to, hold a toothbrush, and how to, learn that before you start making them memorize all this stuff that is not their time yet. That's my philosophy. Okay. Are we at that 30 likes? We got 3 more shares till I talk about my Airbnb experience. And that's going to be the last thing I talk about, because I want to get this up and upload it on YouTube before I get busy today, so that those of you who missed the first part can take a look at some of that information that I gave out. You want that information, okay? Because I talked about 3 different things that I'm already doing. I gave the audience earlier a choice that they could hear about some of the things that I'm doing, some of the things I'm preparing to do, or some of the things that I've seen working, and they chose for me to talk about the things that I'm already doing. All right, so we're at 36 shares. Thank you so much. We're at 41.7 thousand likes. Okay, if you want to hear about the Airbnb, go ahead and comment below hell yes, okay? And if you don't cuss, just put yes, but I curse. So put hell yeah in the comments, and I'll get started on talking about that. Again, you want me to talk about the Airbnb situation, okay? I'll give you my experience on that. I just got started. Yeah, I'll talk about it. So give me a hell yeah, we'll talk about the Airbnb situation. And there's a lot of creators that just do Airbnb. Keep in mind, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I believe in having income streams from everywhere. I don't want to just do one. So that means already off the rip, when I go into doing something, I'm already knowing it ain't going to be just me. Each one of my side hustles have some type of team or automation or something. It ain't just me doing it. Because in order, like, why would I for example, I had my goal for myself within the next 2 years is to be able to make $10,000 a month in rental income. $10,000 a month off of my properties, okay? Because $10,000 a month will pay for me to live somewhere. That's a nice mortgage. That's a nice house. I can get $1 million house, pay all the bills inside that house for $10,000 a month if I wanted to, and have something else that's over there paying for it. So that's a goal of mine. However, I know, because I also have a goal of making, $100,000 a month over in this one with my writing service, and I want to make $50,000 over here in brand deals, and I'm going to bring another $100,000 over there in my luxury car rental service, and I want to bring in another $10,000 in this one over here, that I'm not going to be able to do it all by myself. Okay? Doing it all by yourself is going to limit your income potential, because everything has to come from the sweat of your brow. That's going to limit you. So that means I'm probably going to have to hire a project management company. I'm going to have property management company. I'm going to have to, get a realtor who can keep it booked and can keep it, you know what I'm saying? If I'm making $10,000 a month, I'm probably going to have to pay $2,000, $3,000, maybe $5,000 a month to put $10,000 in my pocket. And I'm okay with that. Okay. I am perfectly fine with that. So I already start off knowing that, okay, if I got a goal of this much, that means I got to make that much. So let's talk about the Airbnb situation. Okay. So last year in April, I wanted to buy a property. Okay. And my idea was to turn it into a content house, meaning, one of the reasons why I did this is because I'm a content creator myself. And sometimes it's really hard to not only, create and be creative and get things done, but, when you have children that are home 24/7, it's just hard to just find space to work sometimes. So bought this property, renovated it, decor, all that type of stuff. If you want to look at more of this content, see what it looks like, see some of that process, I believe I still have a playlist that is up on my profile called The Content House. And you can look at, how we put it together, us furnishing it, us shopping for it, us going to Home Goods, some of the construction and stuff like that. So I bought that property, and and it's actually for several streams of income. I've been able to turn that property into several streams of income, even one that is just Etsy downloads, just with that piece of property. Okay. Right now we've got a tenant in there. A few months this year we did Airbnb. So that's how I got into the Airbnb side of things. Okay. So I put together a profile. It's been rented out, I don't want to say like 7 or 8 times. I only made it available for like 2 months or whatever, 7 or 8 times. I ended up finding a long-term tenant instead. So I've got a fully furnished situation, not too far from one of the movie studios. So again, that's another stream of revenue from the same property. Okay. So that's how I got started with the Airbnb. I actually bought a property. And the reason I did it that way is because I'm looking for the equity. Yeah, digital downloads for an Airbnb. So one of the things you're going to have to do on Airbnb is you're going to have to stage your property. Okay. And people that niche down, and they got the Marilyn Monroe property, the Beyonce property. Like mine is super, as far as the decor, like luxury, high end. It looks like a hotel over there. Like it looks like a high end hotel over there. It's decorated. It's got all the knickknacks. It's beautiful. Okay. So what I did is I had a photographer come and take some professional photos and video. And then I sell, Zoom backgrounds on Etsy. So that's what I mean about digital downloads for Airbnb. You can also, all the stuff that I've set up. So I've got like guest books, and I've got, prints in there that I've hung up, and all different types of things. You can sell that type of stuff on Etsy. I've got trackers, income trackers, and things like that. You can put all that stuff on Etsy. So just the stuff that you're using yourself. A lot of times you find that in solving problems for your own business, you're also solving problems for other people's businesses. Okay. And they want to do what you're doing. So make it easier for them. If you got something that you can make it easier for them, you know what I'm saying? You can do it that way. So I said, what you sell? Zoom backgrounds. Yeah. Zoom backgrounds. That's just one of the revenue streams that come out of just having one property. And keep in mind, I bought the property, so it's over there getting, equity, building equity. If I wanted to do another property, I can go do a cash out refinance, or I can borrow from the equity of that house and then go get another property once this one has been figured out. Okay, got to do the whole process all over again. Next time I do it though, I bought this one and it was pretty much in very good shape. There's only one thing that I wanted to do, which was renovate the basement downstairs, put some tile flooring down there. So we pulled up all the laminate that was down there, put some tile flooring. We put a French drain out to kind of bring water, protect the house and the basement from flooding. And we expanded a half bathroom that was in the basement and we made it. Okay. So we did a little bit of renovation. Of course, we furnished and decor and stuff like that. We didn't do a whole lot of painting and stuff. We did a bathroom. That bathroom is beautiful. Okay. Bathroom is beautiful. Go take a look at it in my playlist. You can also see a video of it on my YouTube. So again, if you want the replay, you want to listen to all this information I gave out earlier, go subscribe to my YouTube. There's also a video walkthrough of the content house so you can take a look at it, okay? You're welcome, adulting. Okay. Somebody asked, Zoom backgrounds. Interesting. Is that digital downloads? Yes, that is digital downloads. Are you from Texas? No, I'm not. But people tell me I look like Meg Thee Stallion all the time. It's crazy to me. Can you elaborate on how you sell the Zoom background? How did you furnish your Airbnb? Okay, so we got a lot of, content about how we furnished it, us buying furniture. We went to some places around the area, some of like not the resale shops, but like the liquidation place, like Rooms to Go has a very big discount place here. Went there, went to a place called Tucci's out in Kennesaw. They were having a closing. They were closing. It's one of my favorite furniture stores. Like they have really unique pieces, and I've had a few pieces in my own house, but they were going out of business. So I went and got a lot of stuff out of there. We did like several home goods hauls. Go take a look at, I think it's in there. I hope it's in there. Matter of fact, let me look and check for you and see if that playlist is on there so you can go take a look at it. But we did a few home goods hauls where we had literally like 4 buggies worth of crap. Okay, I don't know if I can see what my playlists are from here, but let's see. Playlist, let's see if it's still up here. Yep, it's called Atlanta Content House. So if you want to see how we purchased furniture and what it looked like before and after and stuff like that, go look at the playlist on my profile, Atlanta Content House. Okay. The home purchase, was it bought through your business or traditional home loan? I bought it through my business. Okay. So there's 2 ways that you can do this, and there's a strategy for both. So bought it through my LLC, which means you're going to have more down, especially if it's your first property. You're going to have like 20 to 25% down, and it goes up based on what your personal or business credit is as well. So I did it through a LLC that time, which is great because now I got it through my LLC. If something happens over there, they can't I'm not personally liable. I'm about to throw that LLC in a trust, make myself the beneficiary of it, so I don't own nothing. That's what you do for tax purposes. And please don't take this as, I'm not an accountant or whatever. I'm just giving you ideas. So move at your own, accord or whatever, at your own risk. But I'm just telling you what I did and how I did it. Okay? That's how I did it. I went through an LLC so I could set it up that way. Right? So Zoom images are like mock-up images. So Zoom, so if you're doing like, what do you call it? Like if you work from home and you're having Zoom meetings or virtual meetings, they're backgrounds. So you don't have to, you're working from home, which means a lot of times you got to make sure that your house all clean, your background's all good and stuff like that. You can just throw up a Zoom background or a virtual background instead. So a lot of people will buy packs of virtual backgrounds. So what I did, again, I had to have these pictures done anyway for my property. You got to have images to put on Airbnb. The better the images, the more likely your property is going to be rented. Okay. The better the images, the more you can sell it for. The better the image, the more people want to stay there. I got to have the images and the videos and stuff for marketing purposes anyway. So why not make money off of that? So I took those images and made them available to be backgrounds on virtual meetings and stuff. So now I've got another passive form of income. Okay. Now you got another passive form of income. Frank says, hello for Alabama. I just found you girls so excited. I'm excited you're here too. Okay. If you're just joining, okay, and you missed everything that I talked about, I've talked about a lot. I've talked about the things that I do, the several things that I've done to make money. We've talked about Airbnb a little bit now. We've talked about Turo. We've talked about my writing agency. Okay. If you missed all that stuff and you're just now joining, I want you to do something. Okay. Because you can get this information later. First of all, follow me here. Then go back to my profile and I want you to take a look at my YouTube and subscribe over there, because what I do is I download these lives and I upload them to YouTube so you can go back and watch them later. So you got to subscribe in order to get that notification when I go live on YouTube. It's going to show up as a live first. Okay. I'm going to live stream it over there and then you can go back and you can watch it because it's under my videos. Okay. So if you get my live notifications, you need to show up, because those are the only times that you're going to be able to ask your questions, and I will answer them, but you're going to have to lean into those like buttons and subscribe and leave comments and stuff in order for me to do that. Okay. If you're here right now, go ahead and lean into that like button. If I said something that makes sense to you, go ahead and lean into that like button. Okay. It's free. It's completely free. I get on here and I give you guys free information, and I allow the apps to pay me. Okay. I get paid in likes. I get paid in shares. I get paid in subscribes. I get paid in watch hours. I get paid. So that means that I can get up here and I can give you information for free. So if you're here, lean into that like button. If you want to send a gift, you can. I appreciate those as well. Somebody said, do you do e-commerce? Yes, my portfolio is pretty much all e-commerce, which means I'm selling online for the most part. Even the stuff that is out in the streets and local and stuff like that, I'm using, the internet to market those. Okay. Somebody said, what's your YouTube channel? My YouTube channel is Lorraine Kamisha. However, if you go to my profile and click the little YouTube icon, you'll go straight to it. Somebody said, I'm just started. Do you have any advice? Yes. Okay. So here's my advice for those of you who are just getting started. How many of you are just getting started? Leave a 1 in the comments right now. If you're just getting started, not quite sure where to start, you need some advice, leave the number 1 in the comments right now. Okay. If you're just getting started. If you're just getting started, leave a 1 and you want, some advice on that. I want to give you some advice. Okay. Jess, the Beauty Lasher, KZ, Alicia, Navy. I forget to remember, Holly. All of y'all are leaving these 1s in the comments. Again, if you're just not joining, leave a 1 in the comments if you're just getting started and you need some advice. Okay, number 1, I just purchased my LLC. Congratulations, adulting. LaShawn, Bianca, Natasha has 1. Okay, leave those 1s. If you're just now getting started, Liz, you need some advice. You don't know where to start. Cheryl's 1. 70s baby 1. Okay. Everybody is just now getting started. Okay. You're just now getting started. Hey, what's your website for homework class? I'm asking for a friend. It's called universitywriting911.com. Becca. Okay. All of you guys are just getting started. Key Hayes. Nice. Love your name. Key Hayes. I'm partial to anything that starts with a K, obviously. Okay. 1. I see a lot of you in 1. Mike, everybody's okay. So y'all are just getting started. Y'all need some advice. I understand. Okay. Just getting started. You need some advice. Just getting started. Leave a 1 in the comments if you're just getting started and you need some advice because you don't know where to start. I don't need advice. I need saving, problem to start with. No, because I started my first business. I ain't paid no money. I was cheap as you can get. Ready to stay home with my kids. Husband can build you a home from the ground up, girl. Honey, that man would be working. Do you hear me? Because I'd be finding people that needed a house built and everything else in between. I'm ready to start with an LLC. Okay. So we got a lot of you who are on here. You guys are just getting started and you need some advice. Okay. So here is going to be my advice. I'm going to try to give you the important stuff, not a lot of fluff. Okay. And I want to make sure that I break it down into a way that you digest it, that can digest it. Okay. For those of you who are just getting started. And this is in no particular order. Okay. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to write down all the things that you cannot stand about your 9 to 5. Okay. I want you to get a file and put it somewhere where you're going to look all the time. I got these types of things in my phone. I use an app called Evernote. Okay. Evernote I love it because it syncs from my computer to my phone and it's free. Okay. So I said light beyond simple, please. Yeah, I'm going really down to the nitty gritty because the first thing that you got to do if you're just getting started is you got to get some clarity going. Okay. That's what most people book me for their consultations for at first. For those of you who are just getting started, you're booking me because you want clarity. You want to know, okay, where should I focus right now? Okay. Somebody said, I live and run our startup farm, so I can't quit that. Exactly. So you got to have some clarity on what you can do. What are your options? Put what you hate about that situation. What's the problem? Okay. I'll tell you what I hated about my 9 to 5. One of the first things I hated, especially when I wasn't doing sales and getting paid on commission and I was getting paid salary, I hated the fact that I couldn't make any more money. Like if I had a salary of $60,000, that was it. I hated that. I hate the lack of income potential. Hated that crap. So I would write that down. I hated morning traffic. Hated that. Absolutely hated being in rush hour traffic. I hated being micromanaged. I hated, the corporate games and, that whole corporate talk and meetings all the time for no reason. Mike said, you should try Brooklyn with a tractor. I don't want to try it. I don't want to try it. I tried it for 4 years going to pharmacy school at a school that was an hour away without traffic, Monday through Friday with twins. I had to go back and forth to school an hour away, not counting Atlanta traffic. Okay, so I've tried the traffic thing. I hate it. So I said, plus they treat you like shit. Yep, I hated that. I hated people playing in my face. I don't like disrespect. I don't deal with it well. You will get cussed out. So I hated that. Makes less than $20,000 a year. I can't happily raise my kid with that. Exactly. I hated that type of stuff. I hated having to figure out how I was going to make more money because they weren't going to give you no more money. I hated that junk. I hated that somebody else could determine whether or not I made more money or got a promotion. I hated that. Now I have my own businesses, and when I get tired of working in one area, I hire somebody for that and I give myself a promotion. Okay? I hated that shit. Hated it. So if you're just getting started, hated customer service. So one of the first things I outsourced was freaking customer service. I hated customer service. I don't like it. Okay. I think the customer service industry in this country is upside down and backwards, and a lot of it stems from slavery. A lot of it's white supremacy and stuff like that. But I hated it. If you come to me with an attitude, you're probably gonna get an attitude back, or I'm not gonna deal with you, or I'm gonna kick you out of my business. I'm not gonna work with you. I'm gonna block you from my websites. I'm gonna prevent you from being able to work with us. And when you own your own business, you can do that. When you work for somebody else, you can't. They choose who you work with. Okay? Yep. Lex said something else. I loved my field, but it was exhausting. Yes, because you're being exploited. That's why it's so exhausting. You can love what you do and still be exhausted when you're working for somebody else. Okay? So that's what you got to do. Okay? First thing, you guys asked me for advice. You're just getting started out. What's my starting advice? That first piece of advice is think about what you don't want to do. What irks you? What are your icks about your current situation? And write those down. That's going to do a lot of things. Number one, it's going to help you focus on what you can do or what you want to do or what your goals are. Number two, it's going to help you for the fact that you're going to understand what you're doing all this stuff for. Because I'm telling you, at first, you're going to bust your ass. Okay. And when you're busting your ass and you're having those sleepless nights and you're worrying and you're working and you're trying to figure out, excuse me, what it is that you're working for, you can go back to that list and you can be like, okay, all right, this is why I'm here. This is what I'm doing this for. This is why I'm setting this stuff up. So I said, you're pretty, remind me of Cynthia on Atlanta Housewife. Thank you so much, Kim. I appreciate that. Okay. So that's the first thing you do. You're going to have to get clarity. You don't want to just jump into anything because there's a lot of opportunities out there. You're going to have to find the thing that works best for you. So it says, do you have any work from home jobs? Okay. I'm going to say this again on this page. I do not do work from home jobs. Okay. I don't do work from home jobs. I don't have a list of them. I'm going to connect with a couple of people and see who I can send you guys to when you ask that and see if there's any resources that I can find to promote on here for work from home jobs. But I've never had a work from home job. Okay. I don't do jobs, do businesses and side hustles, but you'll be paying yourself. You won't be getting a check from somebody else. You'll be paying yourself. So I don't have a list of that stuff. I have a list of things that you can start from home. Excuse me. If you go take a look at my profile, click around there. There's a list called 50 Side Hustles or 50 Side Hustle Ideas for Moms Who Want to Work from Home. You can go take a look at that. That's a list of ideas that you can start. A lot of them I've done myself. A lot of them I've coached people on doing. And there's a few links in there to resources and stuff that you can use to start moving in that direction. Okay. So there's a list of that's in that resource, but you're going to have to get clarity first. Okay. So what's next? After that, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to figure out what your strengths are. What are you already doing? What are you already doing that you could be charging for? A lot of you have a lot of this going on right now. You're doing a lot of stuff. You're just not charging for it. For me, I was writing resumes. I'd written resumes for my mom. Here I was 20 something years old writing my mama who's been in the workforce for 30, 40 years, a pharmacist, a doctor of pharmacy. I'm over here writing her resume for her jobs at 25 years old and she's getting the job. I'm doing that for my friends for free. Okay. I was doing that in college for other people and not charging for it. So the most logical way that I can begin to start to make money for myself from home on my own was to charge for the things that I was already doing. See, a lot of y'all be giving y'all talents and stuff away for free. Okay. How did you promote my resume business? I started on Craigslist back in the day. Okay. Back then it was free ads. Right now it's still low cost ads. You really can't beat it. And the thing is that you are posting your services in places where people are already looking for you. They go into Craigslist and say, hey, I need a resume. And they're looking for the best possible person to do the job. So now you just got to put yourself with people looking for you on, and then you got to make yourself look most appealing so they choose you and not somebody else. Okay. Somebody said they making accessories, they can bake, they can do hair. Okay. If you're making accessories, you can also promote accessories. So you don't have to make the accessories. You can just sell them. Somebody says they can bake. Okay, start a baking channel. Start a YouTube where you bake stuff. So now instead of baking 1,000 cakes in order for you to survive every month, you can share recipes and do downloads and promote products and do videos, tips and tricks and get paid by YouTube, Amazon. You can do downloads. You can download recipes, all those types of things. Okay. So it's 1,001 things that you can do. So that's the second piece of advice. First thing was to, write that list of shit that you hate about your 9 to 5. Start there. Do it. Don't skip these steps. Don't skip them. A lot of people are like, oh, I just want to go ahead and jump straight to making the money and stuff like that. That's the reason why a lot of people start and stop a bunch of stuff. They're not serial entrepreneurs, okay? Sometimes you got to understand, you're not a serial entrepreneur unless you are making money from different places, unless you are diversifying and money is coming in from different streams. If you're just starting stuff and stopping stuff and starting stuff and starting stuff and stopping it and moving on to the next stuff, you're not a serial entrepreneur. You got ADD. Okay. Somebody said AI beat you to it. I feel like, don't listen to that. AI did not beat you to anything. You got to be a writer in order to make AI work for you. AI didn't take anything away from writers. It expanded your capabilities. Oh, singing. Yeah. Singing too. But no, it's the same concept. It did not take anything away from singers. If you're a singer, I would suggest you start up a YouTube channel. I would suggest you be going live and singing and getting paid for your talent there. TikTok has this thing that's coming out called Work with Artists. It hasn't, I don't think they fully developed it yet, but I'm waiting on it. When it comes out and I can see what's going on, then I'll have something else to give you. But for a singer, yeah, I would start a YouTube channel. I would be, build my talent and have somewhere where they can book you for, either songs that are customized for somebody, recordings. You can do voiceover work, do all sorts of things. Somebody said, gotta get to class. Bye, Courtney. Enjoy your class. Sorry, I'm a teacher and I'm trying to transfer my skills. Jakara, you might want to go look at outschool.com. I'm a homeschool mom and my children do math tutoring through outschool.com. They do some of their language arts. My girls are in extracurriculars over there. One takes violin lessons and Spanish classes. The other one takes ASL and guitar lessons and clarinet lessons. Go to outschool.com. I believe I got under, if you go take a look at my bio, go click there, look under homeschool resources, I think it's under, and there's a link there. You sign up if you're looking for classes for your schools, classes for your kids. I think they give you with my link, they'll give you like a $25 credit or whatever, so you could try something out. But if you're a teacher and you're looking to transfer your skills and you want to do it fast, you're trying to make some extra income real quick, go sign up for OutSchool, offer a class, something that you specialize in. They got everything there. Sewing, acting, instrument lessons, drawing, Procreate, business, all types of stuff. Okay. Go take a look. All right. I see a lot of people that are joining right now. First of all, those of you who have been on this live, what I want you to do is I get paid in likes. So go ahead and like this status. Lean into the like button, okay? Lean into it. Do I use my city's homeschool curriculum? No, I don't. Nope. I use a curriculum called Power Homeschool. I think it's linked where I talk about my homeschool resources. And it's an online, like self-paced type of class. My kids are just coming out of 5th grade. They're really at like a 7th, 8th grade level when it comes to math. But they're coming out of 5th grade and into 6th grade. And they do Power Homeschool. And we do about an hour and a half, 2 hours a day of formal learning on that homeschool. And then the rest of the day, we're working on other stuff. What made you want to homeschool your kids? I just, I'm the rebel of the family. I'm the generational curse breaker. Like, I'm the one that's going to turn everything on the side of its head and do it a different way. I just didn't like it. I didn't like what I saw. I do not like what I see when it comes to our school systems. I don't like it. I don't like it. And there's a lot of different ways. I came through school, I was in everything. I got really good grades. I was drum major of my band. I went to college, got scholarships. I did all that stuff. And I still do not like it. Okay, I don't like it. I think it trains our kids to grow up and work for somebody else instead of being able to, be self sufficient. And I don't like it. I find it dangerous. See, I am neurodivergent. Okay, I've got ADD. I don't know, anything further than that, be possible like autistic and shit like that. I see patterns at a very high level. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like where I see. I don't like what I see, and I don't like what I see in the future. Like I can think so far ahead, and I don't like it. Somebody asked, how long did I work as a pharmacist before I started with you? So as a doctor of pharmacy, I worked zero as a pharmacist. Like I graduated from school, I had already started my business my first year in. By the time I graduated, I was already making multiple six figures online. I was making more than, my mom as a pharmacist. I was making more than my professors and stuff like that. So my goal when people were asking me like, what do you plan on doing after school when you graduate? And I was like, my goal is to make my pharmacy money my side hustle, my side money. I was going to do it as a side hustle. So what I did was I gave myself a year to just work on my business by myself, because when I was in pharmacy school, I was working on my business. I was writing papers. I was building websites. I was managing people. I was raising twin daughters, and I was doing pharmacy school. And I'm not talking about pharmacy tech. Shout out to all the pharmacy techs out there. You're amazing. We wouldn't be able to do all this stuff without you. Okay. I was going for a doctor of pharmacy program and one of the top programs in the country. Okay. And I figured if I can manage all that and still be able to figure out how to make multiple six figures from home, that if I just concentrated on my businesses, or just business at the time, I only had one business. Thank you, Cassie. If I just concentrated on that business for a little while, I could probably, scale it up even farther than that. So I became a full-time entrepreneur. And by full-time, meaning that I wasn't working outside the home, because I count that school as like a 9 to 5 going to work. Okay. It was full-time, 9 to 5 every day for 4 years, longer than that if you count the time that I had to get prerequisites. Okay. Took a long time, a lot of effort. I figured if I just put effort on one thing, I could probably go really far. So since then, I've been full-time entrepreneur since 2016. I've opened several more businesses since then. I've got several side hustles now, and now own, a property in my business name. So I would say it paid off. Thank you, Shantae. I say it paid off. I took a chance and it paid off. So technically, as a doctor of pharmacy, I work zero as a pharmacist. However, my mom is also a pharmacist, and I've been working for her, with her, since like officially on the books since I was 16 years old. Before then, it was nothing to just go into the pharmacy with my mom and she'd be like, fill these bottles and count these pills. That's before everything was so regulated. Now you go to jail for that. But, I remember one of my first jobs was as a floating tech, meaning my mom was a district manager for a pharmaceutical chain, and any store that she had availability at and she couldn't fill a position, she would send me over there at 16, 17 years old to be a floating pharmacist or pharmacy tech. No, but we're not talking about providing over here. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about side hustles. So if you want to learn how to provide, then, stick around and you can learn some things. Somebody said, did I attend Xavier School of Pharmacy? No, I attended Mercer School of Pharmacy. Somebody said, you should be proud. Thank you so much. I am proud. It was a lot of hard work. One of the things that pharmacy school gave to me that I had been doing that, hold on, let me block somebody real quick. Boop. Boop. Blocked. Okay. I don't talk to incels and all that type of stuff. Okay, so yeah, one of the things that going through pharmacy school and getting through that taught me was I feel like I can do anything. Somebody said, I think we all know who you block. Yeah, we ain't even talk about that right now. Okay. He probably came from one of my videos and now he's over here talking about that. My content is specifically for women. Okay. Do men learn stuff from me? Yeah, they can, but this is not a space for them. This is not their space. This is for us, by us. Okay. It's not their space. So I don't entertain negative energy from that when I'm trying to teach about stuff or I'm giving my experiences. Yeah, we can kiki and be funny, and y'all know I don't take a lot of crap from nobody. Thank you, Cassie. But yeah, I'm not doing that. Okay, so several people keep asking me what kind of side hustles that I do. I've talked about 3 or 4 of them on this live. Okay. I'm not going to go back over them for the people who have stuck around. However, you can get this. Okay. And it's free. So don't, listen up. If you're just joining this live and you want to know more about what I do and my side hustles and how I make them work. Okay. Number one, follow me here on TikTok because you'll be notified when I go live again. And number two, go subscribe to my YouTube channel because what I do is I take these lives and I upload them to YouTube so that you can come back and watch them. Now, the downside of that is that if you don't catch me on live, you're not going to be able to ask any questions or interact with me, but you can still get the information. Okay. So first thing you want to do is catch me on live. Second thing you want to do is go back and watch replays. There's several of my live replays on there right now. A couple of them were how to, make money with ChatGPT. Another one was how to make money off of Canva. Thank you so much for your compliments. I appreciate you, kitten. And I forget to remember. Somebody said you found me on YouTube first. I'm so happy to hear that because I'm working on it right now. Working on my YouTube content. What was the average turnaround time to make decent income from each side hustle business? It just depends. Okay. The first one that I started, which was the writing agency, I started making money immediately. Okay. Immediately. Absolutely immediately. Because as somebody who had already worked in marketing before, I'd already been in sales and marketing. I understood that I had to, after figuring out what service I wanted to provide. And like I said, you need to start off with something that you know something about. Okay. You need to start something that you know something about. So I started something that I was already doing for people for free. Okay. So I already knew how to do it. I already knew about it. I already knew what people were looking for. I already knew that. The second thing I did was put myself in a position where people were looking for my services. See, what a lot of people do when they start businesses and they start talking about marketing, they do stuff that just wastes a lot of time and a lot of money. It's vanity. Okay. They do stuff like go and buy 1,000 business cards. They go get a flyer. You know what I'm saying? They want a website that actually does nothing for them, does absolutely nothing for them. But they like to say, I'm in business. Look at my business card. I'm in business. Look at my LLC. I'm in business. Look at my flyer. I'm in business. Look at my website. I'm in business. And ain't made a damn dollar. Ain't did nothing. The fundamental building block of business is getting somebody to spend money for you. Getting somebody to spend money from you. If they have not swiped your credit card, then you are not in business. I don't care how many websites, how many LLCs, how many business cards you ordered, how many logos. Y'all go out and want to do, I'm going to start a business. I'm going to make a logo. Girl, I did not have a logo. I was operating a whole business for months, making $1,000, $2,000 a week before I ever had a website. And the only reason that I got a website, my first website, is because people kept asking me for samples of my work. And I was tired of getting online. Well, what's your email address? And let me click and go attach some samples. No, I said, you know what? You want to see samples of my work? Go take a look at suchandsuch.com and go to samples. I was tired of answering the same questions over and over again. I was tired of doing the same things over and over again. So when that became the point, then I said, okay, let me go get a website. But I was already making $1,000 to $2,000 a week before I ever had a website. And we're not even going to talk about a logo. I didn't get a logo until 2017. A logo that I commissioned until like 2017. Okay. I didn't have a logo. until 2017. I started the business in 2014. So 4 years without a logo. And one of the first things that y'all want to do when y'all want to make some extra money is start working from home and stuff. Y'all start spending money on stupid stuff like logos. You don't need a logo to make money. You don't need a logo to make money. Okay? Don't need a logo to make money. So when people ask me, well, how much, do you have to spend in order to start a business and stuff like that? I can't really quantify that for you because there's businesses out here that you can just go out and start selling. I didn't spend any money. Sandra says logo is fluff. Yes, it's fluff and there's no money in the logo. Now, when you talk about, okay, now you're generating income, you want to reinvest back on yourself and you want to brand yourself so that you can get recognition and stuff like that. That's cool. But y'all start a business and go doing silly stuff like logos and billboards and signs and stuff like that. And you're not, and it's not going to make you any money. You need to first be in places where people are actively looking for you. That's going to cause you to spend less money in advertising costs, and it's going to make your conversion rate a lot higher. You got to think about it. Okay. There's a difference between putting your website on a billboard and hoping and praying that whoever drives past that billboard needs your services right now, or that they're even looking up and paying attention, that they're not on the phone, that they're not, paying attention to traffic, they're not listening to the radio, they're not looking for you right now. They're not studying you. They're not thinking about you. Okay? Branding and those types of things, they're like, oh, well, I wanted people to recognize my brand. Boo, babe, make some money first. Those types of things are for people like Coca-Cola, Google, Amazon. They spend millions of dollars a year on being able to be the one that you think about first when you think about what it is that they sell. Small business owners don't typically start out with those types of advertising budgets. So you got to be smart about it. So you got to put yourself where people are looking for you, and you got to find the cheapest way to do it. Back then it was Craigslist. You can still use Craigslist. Okay. Yep. Toastmasters, those types of things. But I encourage you to also don't forget the internet. Okay. You got to think about it like this. Toastmasters, you might have 50 people at a meeting, maybe. Put your stuff online and you can get your stuff in front of thousands of people, tens of thousands. Do TikTok. You got a TikTok. Every time you make a video, it gets 1,000 views. Okay. So use the internet to your advantage. I used to be in sales. Okay. I've done door-to-door sales. I've done inside sales where people are calling in. I've done outside sales where I got to go knock on doors of businesses and stuff like that. Okay. All of that type of stuff. I've done all of that type of stuff. And when I do a TikTok and it gets 10,000 views, let's say it only gets 100 views. Do you know how long it would take me to knock on 100 doors? And I could do one video that takes me a minute to make or less, post that mug on TikTok, put a few hashtags on it, and it got 100 views. Okay. Took me 5 hours or 8 hours, a full-time day to knock on 100 doors, but it took me 5 minutes to do a TikTok video. Okay. It takes you getting ready and getting your teeth brushed and doing your hair and putting on something presentable, ironing your clothes, driving to the Toastmasters meeting to get in front of 50 people. Okay. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying don't forget the internet. Okay. Don't forget the internet. Somebody said about trademark issues. Yes. When you get established, go ahead and get those trademarks in order too. Yeah, stolen stuff, people steal stuff all the time. Stuff like that happens. Don't focus on the negative stuff that's going to happen, a small percentage of the time. Focus on things that are going to happen a large percentage of the time. Okay. So I get stolen stuff every day, but I'm still making money. I get people stealing. When I was on Facebook, I used to go viral all the time. People stay stealing my statuses and stuff like that. Still stealing them. They steal my videos and things like that. Don't focus on, the negative stuff. You can have all that negative stuff happening to you and you can still be making money. Okay. You can have all these issues, all these barriers, all these things. Because I'm telling you right now, as a business owner, your number one job every single day that you wake up is going to be solving problems. Okay. Every single day. So if you're the type of person that falls apart when it's time to solve a problem, entrepreneurship is probably not going to be for you, because that's literally what it is solving problems every single day. Every hour of the day, you got to solve a problem. Okay. That's why as an entrepreneur, it's important for you to make sure that you're getting rest, that you schedule downtimes, that you take your vacations, that you take your weekends, that you take your holidays and stuff like that, because your mind needs a chance to rest, because you will be using the shit out of it. Okay. Sometimes I don't have the confidence to do the jobs because I won't know what I'm doing. That's fine. Hire people that do. You didn't finish college? That's fine. I'm doing something. My first business was started off as something that I started doing when I was in high school. I was making $300 and $400 a month in high school. I didn't work at Taco Bell. My first job was not at McDonald's. I didn't do fast food. I wasn't working at the Hot Topic. I wasn't working at, now I'm showing my age here. Now I'm talking about my age here, because these were common places that people were working when they were teenagers when I was growing up. Taco Bell and the mall and stuff like that. I ain't do none of that. I was out earning those people doing something that I already knew how to do in high school for myself before I ever had a job. My parents wouldn't let me get a job. They tell me my job was to go to school and get good grades and get a scholarship. That was my job. Somebody said, do I recommend drop shipping? Okay, I talked about this a few times earlier. Again, what I need you to do is follow me here on TikTok and then go subscribe to my YouTube, because I'm going to put this replay on YouTube, okay? I'm going to download the recording of this live where I already talked about drop shipping, my opinions on that. I talked about 3 different things that I did. I talked about all types of stuff, okay, that I've been doing to make money from home. I've described a few of those, and I talked about why I don't really fuck with drop shipping like that. Okay. Go look on my YouTube, subscribe, because I'm going to post this and it's going to show up on the live. So when you get the notification that I go live on YouTube, you need to show up, because I'm giving you free game. I'm giving you these recordings. I also got some stuff that I'm doing with a content creator partner of mine, where we're talking about making money with content, how you can sell stuff and make money with content. Okay. I talked about what I did with Canva. That's on my YouTube. It's a whole hour-long video where we show you what we did with Canva. And there's a whole hour and a half long video over there where we talked about exactly what we do with ChatGPT and Canva. Okay? Go take a look at it. How do you use good sides of ADD to reduce bad ones? I don't see it as a bad thing. I didn't realize I had ADD until I became an adult. When I mean adult, I mean good an adult, like 35, 36 years old. And I was like, wow, I really have an issue. I have issues. So when I started coaching people in business, I started noticing that the people that showed up to be coached by me, my followers, my core, group of students, were people who were neurodivergent, people who had like anxiety, people who had health conditions or chronic health conditions. Okay. So that's how I started to look into it. Like, what? Okay, something is different here. I've always known that I've learned different. That's one thing I learned from a very early age, because in my household, let's like somebody just said ADD was not a thing. It was a thing in the 90s where I'm from, but it was a very negative thing. It's not something that you wanted in your file. Okay. It's not something that you wanted on your permanent record when I was in elementary, middle, high school. Okay. So ADD was a thing, but our parents were not going for it. Like, they felt like a good old butt whooping was enough to take care of all that shit. You can't pay attention to school, beat your behind. You ain't doing what you're supposed to do. You're on punishment. You're grounded. You know what I'm saying? You forget your homework, you get your butt beat. Okay. So I had to figure out real quick how I was going to be able to learn and go about, getting my lessons and doing my homework and all that type of stuff. And honestly, all the habits that I formed were not good, but as somebody with ADD, like my goal is like A to B. You know what I'm saying? How fast can I get from point A to B? So I take that as a superpower. My ADD is literally my superpower. It's the reason why I've set up businesses like I have. ADHD, attention deficit disorder. Okay. I had to find strategies on my own, and I had to do the same thing when it came to work and business. I don't like being micromanaged. It literally kills me when somebody is standing over my shoulder. I don't learn from a lot of spoken information all the time. I had to put my hands on something in order to really understand it. Okay. There's a lot of other things, if I get overloaded with tasks, if somebody's standing over my shoulder, I go into like paralysis, you know what I'm saying? So, I notice patterns and stuff. So I'm always going to be able to figure out what the system is and figure out a way to beat it very quickly. When I was working in sales, when they changed the comp plans and stuff like that, I was the one that everybody came to because they were like, okay, Lorraine, how are we going to make some money off of this new comp plan? Because a company will come, when you're sales, a company will come to you and change the comp plan and they'll sell you all these dreams. Oh, if you do this and do that, you're going to be rich. Well, that's not the case. And I was the one that was always crunching the numbers and trying to find the easiest way and most effective way to get paid. Like they used to create the comp plans around me and a few other people that were working with me at the time, because we always figured it out and they were always trying to beat us, because that's just the way that my brain works. I can notice things at a level around here and figure out what's going on up here. Okay. So I see it as a superpower. You're not able to do that. Not able to do that, when you're neurotypical. These are things that neurodivergent people are able to do. And it takes all kinds. See, what happens is in the school systems and stuff, they set up the school system all for one type of person. Neurotypical. And neurotypical typically means white male. Okay. So they set it up for them, and then everybody else is supposed to get on their playing field. Well, that's not supposed to be the case. And that has showed, that's why I pulled my kids out to homeschool them, because that showed me that they are systemizing something a certain way. And when somebody is creating a system where they want everybody to be one way, it's usually because they're all trying to force them into one certain direction, which is why I don't do the school system anymore. I took my kids out and we homeschool them. I'm still figuring out. I'm not the perfect homeschool. I'm not the person that you probably want to follow, for all the homeschooling tips. I can give you what I do and what I use and stuff like that. But there's a lot of creators on here. I see Chrissy. She's with homeschooling tips. Go follow her. She's dedicated her platform to homeschooling. I homeschool, but I ain't Mary Poppins, okay? It's not me. So we're doing it. And I have help. I have a big support system that's helping me to do that right now. Okay. Figuring out as I go along. Ain't nobody in my family ever homeschooled, thought about homeschooling a kid. Matter of fact, my parents and stuff thought I was crazy when I said I was going to pull my kids out. Okay. So when I noticed a lot of things and I don't like it. So I pulled them out and now we're homeschooling. They got jobs. They got hobbies and jobs, and they're honestly were so talented. I just didn't want. I thought public school was not going to be the best way to develop their skills. Do you think your girls will go into pharmacy? Nope. No. I got one of my daughters is talking about maybe being a surgeon. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to find people to put her with so that she can get to know them and see if that's something that she wants to do. Because I'm going to support them, whatever they want to do. But if they do become a pharmacist going to medicine, it won't be because of their mama. It won't be because of me. Okay. But, that same child that wants to be a surgeon, she also does nails. She's 11 years old and she can do a full set of S&S nails. I sent her to a class that taught them how to do, nails. She's also an amazing artist, an illustrator. She's using Procreate better than I've seen grown adults do. That's her passion. She's very passionate about art. And that's something I don't really talk about. I am very creative. I went to school the first time on a music scholarship as a music major. So my kids have both. They have, the ability to do math. They're coming out of 5th grade. They're doing like 8th grade math already. So they're very smart in science and math and that sort of thing. They love to read and do all that other stuff, but they're also very creative. Their dad is very creative. So they're very well rounded in that amount. So they could go either way. They might end up being an artist and they might end up being a surgeon. They also do some work for Tyler Perry Studios in this area. So they've been in movies and they've done, TV and stuff before. So I didn't want them to be all in one direction. And that's what I feel like homeschool affords me. They've been to Thailand, they've been to Puerto Rico, they've traveled to Hawaii, they've been, they've traveled all over the place. They've seen all these different experiences. And that's something that is really hard to do when you're focused in one area. Okay. She probably would be a good surgeon. I believe it. I just want to expose her to as much stuff as possible because ultimately it's up to her. I'm not here to like push her into one direction. I want it to be up to her. The only direction I am pushing them in is to be able to pay for their life, to put money in their own pocket when they leave my house. Okay, that is the only direction I'm putting them in. And you can do that from real estate investments. They can do it from side hustles. They can do all that type of stuff. They can do all that stuff. That is the only direction I'm pushing them in, to be able to fund their own lives by the time they leave my house. How do you balance homeschool duties plus career needs plus duties? I'm work for home mama with a toddler. So my side hustle money, all that money, I started first investing it into hiring myself help. So cleaning services, nanny, childcare. Okay. I spend extra money. I know I spend extra money on groceries every week on Instacart, but the convenience, you know what I'm saying? So I manage things through systems and processes in my life, just like I manage that through my businesses. Okay. Using your resources, hiring help. Because right now, if you're a mom, you're married, you're in a relationship, you are the help. Okay. And it takes a lot to run it. Every piece of the pie is important. There's no more. That's how the community living. Okay. That's how you make things work. Everybody has their job to do. You can't do it all on your own. You can't. You don't. It was never made to work like this. That's why I talk about the whole 50-50. That's why I talk about, relationships and abuse and all those types of things. Not because I want to be dedicated to, talking about relationships and doing all that type of stuff, because there's no money over there. Okay. There's no money in that. I'm talking about the reasons why you need to figure out how you're going to make some money from home. You can't think about this stuff if you are, doing everything in the house by yourself. And that's where a lot of us end up, whether you're married or not. You end up doing a lot of the stuff by yourself. And then you cut yourself off from earning income. Now you can't leave. Now you can't retire because all your money is coming through somebody else. Thank you so much for your gifts, Mr. Alicia. Thank you so much. Okay. That's the issue. Okay. Somebody said it's hard. I'm so tired as a homemaker. People think it's fun. It ain't. It's not fun. It has to be done, but it's not fun. And all these jobs should not fall onto you. It should not. Because at the end of the day, we have been at that place where it takes 2 incomes to make a household run. It's been taking 2 home incomes. A lot of our grandmas might not have had a formal job, but our grandmas was doing stuff, cleaning houses, babysitting kids, baking cakes, doing all those types of things to help make ends meet. Okay. The house since 2007, I just read this. Since 2007, the cost of living has increased. Rent prices have increased almost 200%, and the federal minimum wage hasn't went up since the 90s. So I said, if cleaner costs less per hour than how much you make, it is worth it. Absolutely. And that's the type of cost analysis that you have to do with yourself. If you make $100 an hour, $500 an hour, because you're working on a business and you found out that these multiple streams of income can cause you to make more money per hour, and it costs you 4 hours to clean, and you do it yourself, you're messing yourself out of some money. Hire it out. Share the wealth. Provide for your community. Stop trying to hold all the money in your hand. I tell people this all the time. There's one point where my business went viral on TikTok, and we got to the place where we were making up to $27,000 in revenue a week. Out of that $27,000, I was cutting checks to my team for like $13,000, $10,000, $11,000. So $27,000 minus, let's say $13,000, $14,000. You think I give a dang if I had to cut a check of $13,000 to make $14,000? You know how many people that fed? And you got people who would rather try to hold it all in their pocket being cheap than to pay people what they are worth so that you can build a team so you can make more money. That's insane. That's crazy. I learned that within the first month of being in business. I started my business while I was in pharmacy school. I was off for the summer. I was making $1,000 a week, $1,500 a week, month one, month two, but I had to go back to school. And I knew I could not do all that work and go back to school and still pass. So what I had to do, I had to hire people, end up paying them sometimes up to 50% of the job. You think I cared? They happy, I'm happy, we all eating, we all making money. Why do I care? Huh? How do you hire out when you don't have the money? You first got to get up the money. So that's why I say start off with something that you know how to do, that you know that you can do. Then make sure that you get yourself to capacity. Figure out how to find enough clients that you can't take on anymore. Then when you get to that point where you can't take on any more clients and you've gotten so good at finding new clients, then you go somebody who can do what you can do. And they can sometimes do it better. And then when you get full, you start taking the overflow and you start slowly offloading everything that you bring into the overflow. You start overflowing into somebody else's pocket. Okay? I just hired my friend to outline my schedule and classes. Absolutely. Hell, now you can get on ChatGPT and do some of that stuff too. You can outsource. That's called automation. Now you can automate. There's automation and there's outsourcing. You're going to have to use a little bit of both. Yep, get good at delegating. Get good. See, a lot of y'all are conditioned, and you do the same thing in your house. You don't delegate nothing. You just take it all on yourself. You get burnt out. You get tired. You get resentful. You do all that stuff. You don't even ask for help. Now, asking for help and not getting it is a whole nother different thing. That's a whole different subject. Would you recommend me getting a full-time job to help pay for outsourcing? No. I recommend that you make whatever it is that you're doing as a side hustle your full-time job. And then when you start working more than full-time, you take the overflow and you let somebody else eat off of it. And then while you're doing that, you have more time to find more clients. The more clients you find, the more overflow you have, and then you start sending the overflow. Thank you so much for your gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. While you're sending gifts, go ahead and hit the like button, okay? If you're here and this is making sense to you, hit the like button. Like my lives. It's free. Okay? It's free. So I'm going to give you all a scenario, okay? So I can clear that up for you so you can think about it a little different. I do this all the time in my classes. When I do my lives and my consultations and when my one-on-ones, normally I have to break it down like this. So I'm going to break it down like this for you so you'll never have to worry about that part again. You will get this, okay? If you're ready for that, if you want me to give you this scenario, leave a 1 in the comments. You'll never have to ask that question again. You will be able to apply this to every single side hustle damn near that you could ever think of, okay? Thank you, Shannon. Hit a 1, okay? Hit a 1. If you want it, hit a 1. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to break it down. While you're hitting that one, if you have a piece of paper and a pencil handy, go grab it. I'm going to work the math out for you. Okay. If you don't, that's fine too. Make sure you hit follow on this live and go subscribe to my YouTube, because when I post the replay and you come back with a pen and paper, you can go ahead and you can follow along with me here, and the math will make sense to you, and you won't have to have that question ever again. Okay? Hit the ones. While you're hitting that one, hit the like buttons as well. Okay? I'm going to give it to you. Okay, it says spill it. I'm going to spill it. I want everybody to get ready for this, okay? If you're ready, you're back and you're ready. Okay, I'm going to explain this in a way that's going to break it down so that it makes complete sense to you, and it's going to remove a lot of barriers and give you a lot of mental clarity, okay? And you can apply this to every single side hustle. I'm going to break it down real simple. And then I'm going to give you a place where if you need more than that, if you need a higher level, if you still need more coaching on this, I'll give you a resource that you can go and I'll break it down either further, plus add supporting evidence. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go. Y'all ready? I'm going to give it to you right now. Okay. So like the status or like my live, go follow me and go hit subscribe on the YouTube, okay? Because you might, if you need to get it again, if you need to hear it again, you'll be able to get it off of this when I post this on the YouTube. Okay, so you ready? Okay, we ready? No more. Okay, so let's think about it like this. Okay, I'm gonna give you a couple of scenarios. Let's say you start a business, okay? Let's use resume writing for an example. It could be anything, but let's use this. You start a business, okay? You can do this service. You can perform a service, okay? And you're going to charge $100 every time you perform that service, okay? You charge $100. You went into business for yourself and you charge $100 each time you perform that service. You follow me? Okay, so we got $100. So write that down, $100. Now, at capacity, meaning you could not take another client even if you wanted to, because if you did, you're going to be dropping the ball. There's not enough time in the day for you to write any more resumes, okay? Let's say that number at capacity. You can do 20 resumes a week, okay, without completely overwhelming yourself. Okay, you can do 20. Okay, so you got a job that you can do for $100 each, and you only got time to do 20 of those a week. Somebody go ahead and add that up, multiply that out, do the math, and tell me how much money can you make at capacity? Meaning you cannot do any more. You can do $100. You charge $100, and you only have time to do 20. And maybe that's because you got a full-time job, you got some kids, you got other obligations, whatever. Okay, I see people coming up with $2,000. Okay, so your max that you can make without raising the price, okay, is going to be $2,000 a week. How much does that end up being a month? If you at capacity, you can only make $2,000 a week. How much money are you capped out at in a month? Okay, y'all coming in with the answers. $8,000 is how much you can make in a month. If it's a 5-week month, then $10K, absolutely. So we're talking about the year. We're talking about 52 weeks in a year. If you work every week of the year, we're talking about 2,000 times 52, right? $8,000 is how much you can make. Okay? That's at capacity. And you know what capacity looks like? I'll tell you what it looked like for me. I was tired. I started the business in the summer. I was at capacity. I didn't see the sun the whole summer. I literally stayed on my couch the entire time writing all these resumes. I didn't sleep very much. I had to wake up and do jobs as they came in. I had no free time. I wasn't going on a vacation. I wasn't doing none of that stuff. I was doing all the jobs. I was making good money because, I mean, pretty quickly, I was able to make this $2,000 a week for myself real quick. But after a while, after the initial high of, wow, I'm making all this money from home, after that shit wore off, I was feeling some type of way because I was not enjoying life. I was burnt out. I wasn't sleeping. I was tired and I had no off days. Okay. So now we're going to go to a different scenario. So you see how that works there. You have capped yourself at $8,000 a month. Okay. Let's say that instead of doing all the jobs yourself, okay, instead of doing all the jobs yourself, you hire 5 people. Okay. Somebody said what happened after we got to a capacity at $2,000 a month. What we did after that was we added up what our max was a week. So if your max is $2,000 a week, we added up that at capacity, we can only make up to $8,000 a month. Okay. So now we're moving on. We're moving on to another situation. And again, if you're just now joining, you're missing this, you're going to have to catch the replay on my YouTube. So go ahead and go subscribe. Okay. So now we're going to move to a different scenario. And thank you, Delisha, for your gifts. Let's say instead of doing all the jobs ourselves, we go out here, we hire 5 more experts at what we do. And they each are going to still charge. I'm still going to charge $100 for this job. I got 5 people now who can do the job for me. And they each can do 20 jobs each. So now I've taken myself from doing 20 jobs. That's my capacity. I got 5 more people who can do 20 each as well. Let's leave ourselves out of it and let's just concentrate on them. So 5 times 20 is how many jobs a week? What's that number? 100. 100. Okay. 100. Now you've taken your at max capacity from 20 to 100 just by finding 5 experts in your field. And that answers some of your questions, Delisha. I'm trying not to go off track here, but I hired 5 experts in that field and they can each do 20. So now we're at 100. Okay. So we're still charging at $100. So what's 100 times 100? How much money, how much income potential can we make? If we can do 100 jobs now and we're still charging at $100, what's that number come out to? What's the number? 10,000. Right? 10,000. Getting the answers. 10K. 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 And let's say, of course, they're not doing the jobs for free, okay? That's where the next question is going to be, because a lot of times y'all will always want to know about the expenses. Of course you have expenses. You're a business owner. You're going to have expenses. You better have some expenses or taxes are going to eat you up, okay? So now you make $10,000. Let's say you're generous. You pay them half of the job. So at your expenses for that week, for that work being done, is $5,000. So you made 10,000, you had to pay out 5,000. How much are you left with? How much did you get? How much did you make that week? 5,000. Thank you so much for your compliment. 5K. Okay. Now you've made 5K. Now you're making 5K a week. Okay. How much can you now make per month if you're making $5,000 a week? 20K. 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 So from doing less work, okay, because now you're not at capacity. Remember, we removed ourselves from the situation. We're just talking about 5 people who can do 20 of that job, right? Okay. You removed yourself from that situation, which means you're not burned out. You're not, not sleeping. You're not getting any rest. You can go on vacation. You can afford to go on vacation. You can work from anywhere. Okay. Now you're at a position where you went from your capacity being $8,000. Now you've almost tripled that to $20,000. Okay. Remember when I said you wouldn't have to ask that question anymore? You wouldn't have that should have leave a 1 in the comments if that gave you all the clarity that you needed to have. Okay. Leave a 1 in the comments if you've got a little bit more clarity now. Yes. Okay. I told you when I tell you about that scenario, you are going to think about things in a different situation. The main idea from that is that you don't have to trade your time for dollars. There are going to be certain things, of course, that you're going to have to do, and it's going to take time. And there are going to be certain income streams that, yes, you might have to spend a little more time than others, but you don't always have to trade your time for dollars. In fact, if you are trading your time for dollars in everything that you do, you see now how you're putting yourself at a significant disadvantage. Okay. A difference between $20,000 and $8,000. That's $12,000 that you missed out on every single month because you wanted to do everything on your own. Make sense? Okay. If you want more on that, if you want some more follow-up, if you want to learn how to press the gas on that situation, go take a look at my profile. There is, let me get exactly the name of it so you know exactly where to go. It's a video recording that talks about how you can apply this. Okay. Let me find it. Let me find it for you. Okay. How to make 100K in 30 days with any side hustle. Any side hustle. Go take a look at that. It's in the top of my link. As a matter of fact, it's the second link. Go look at it. If you want more information about that. I saw somebody just grab it just now. Okay. You can make up to 100K in 30 days with any side hustle if you use that particular method to scale. Are you going to be putting $100,000 in your pocket if you bring it in revenue? No. But what if you have to pay? Again, in that scenario, I paid out half. What if I pay out 60% with my outsourcing and my automation tools? Let's say that $100,000, I had to pay $60,000. How many of you are making $40,000 a month at your job? Dewana asks, do I have any suggestions on side hustle? Yes, there's a link on my profile that are 50 side hustle ideas for moms who want to work from home. Go take a look at that. Yeah. Who is making $40,000, $50,000 a month from their business? This is I made a video sometime last week where I talked about I cannot stand when people show up to lives and content about side hustles from home and a creator says, well, I was able to bring $10,000 in, and the first thing y'all get to talking about in the comments is, well, you didn't keep $10,000. You didn't put it in your pocket. You had expenses. You got to pay for this. You got to pay for that. Duh. You have expenses. But who out here has a job right now that you can make, let's say, $2,000, barely work a few hours, and you might have to spend $500, but you put $1,500 in your pocket? Which one of y'all? Huh? That's called a mental block. That's a mental block right there that you got to get over. So if you're trying to get over that particular mental block, that particular resource, that how to make 100K in 30 days with any side hustle, that's something that you want to go take a look at. Because not only did I show you how that works, but I also went deep into different scenarios, how to press the gas on that scenario. Okay. And went and gave examples on some side hustles that you can apply it to. You can apply it to literally anything. Okay. No, these people don't know anything about running a business, which is so insane to me, because if you have been working a 9-to-5 all your life, you should notice these things. Okay. You think if that person is paying you $10 an hour, okay, That's how much they're making in an hour? They're paying you and your colleagues $10 an hour to flip burgers. Do you think they're making $10 an hour? They're probably making more like $100K an hour or $10K an hour or $1,000 an hour. They're paying you $10 an hour. They're paying you a salary of $60,000 a year. Do you think that that's the only amount of money that you're generating at your job is $60,000 a year? No, that's just what they're giving you. If you're making $60,000 a year, they're generating at least $500,000 off of your back. Okay? No, everybody doesn't have a business mindset, and they're counting on you not to, so that they can get free and low cost labor out of you. Okay? That's what's going on. All right. Now, I've been on here for a while. I have lost count, probably at least a couple of hours. I've given you a bunch of information. Now, I want to leave you with this caveat, okay? And this is something that you need to pay attention to. This is something that you're going to have to pay attention to. Leave a 1 in the comments if you want this last piece of information. Leave a 1, and I'll give it to you. This is the last thing I'm going to leave with you, okay? I'm going to leave this with you. Somebody said again, what's the name of my YouTube channel? It is Lorraine Kamisha, okay? You can go take a look at my TikTok profile. There's a link straight to it, okay? There's a link straight to it. Matter of fact, I might do some optimization of my YouTube channel and change it to Side Hustles for Moms. Right now I have, we are the High Paid Mom Society is what we are up there. But leave a 1 if you want this last piece of information, okay? And it'll make or break your situation. Thank you so much for your compliments. Thank you for your gifts. Thank you for your likes. I'm sorry. All right? High Paid Mom Society. That is the name of my community. Okay? High Paid Mama Society. Y'all are leaving your 1s. I love it. This is a good piece of information. I've given all types of game today, but without this one thing, ain't none of it gonna work for you. So if you want it, leave a 1 in the comments, okay? Leave a 1 in the comments. Yep. Side Hustles for Moms. Yeah, I'm about to change the name or I'm gonna see if I can change the URL of the YouTube channel, but my community name is gonna stay High Paid Mamas, okay? Y'all leaving them 1s, y'all giving those likes. I really appreciate that. So first I'm going to go over some ways that you can work with me. Okay. And it's both free and paid. Okay. So you want to work with me? Show up to these lives. Go to my TikTok, hit the follow button, follow me. Go to my YouTube, hit the subscribe button, follow me there. If you want to work with me and you're just getting started, you don't have a lot of money to invest, I give away free game all the time. Okay. So make sure you follow me and subscribe to my YouTube. I'm giving that away. I'm allowing the platforms to pay me as a content creator so that I can get up here and be compensated to tell y'all what to do. So y'all can go out there and y'all can begin to do some of this stuff for yourself. Okay. So if you want to ask your questions, the best thing you can do is to get up on live and to meet me where I'm at, where I'm giving away the free game. And if you missed these lives on my TikTok, like I said before, subscribe to my YouTube because I'm going to take this content that I'm doing here, I'm going to download it, I'm going to upload it straight to YouTube so that y'all can catch the replays over there. Okay? Is this just for single moms? No, it's not for single moms. It's not just for moms. Okay? It's for moms of all types. Men can come in here, dads can come in here, but the space is for us, okay? The space is for us. Okay? So that's the first way that you can work with me is subscribe to my free content. The second way that you can work with me is that you can book a consultation. My consultations are not free. The links are in my profiles, okay? You can find them at the bottom of my videos. You can go to my profiles. That's another way that you can work with me. Okay. All right. So we've already got those 1s. So I'm going to stop talking about that for a while. And I'm going to give you the last piece of information before I leave this live. This is going to literally make or break your situation. Okay. If you don't have this, if you don't do this, You are not going to get anywhere. I don't care what I share. I don't care how many books I buy or you buy. I don't care how many videos you watch. I don't care how many YouTubes you watch. I don't care if you talk to me, book a consultation. I don't care what you do. If you do not have this, you will not be able to go anywhere with the information. Okay. And that's implement. Okay. Implement. Don't just sit here and absorb all the information all the time. Don't just show up to the lives. Don't just buy the ebooks. Don't just, book me for the, I don't care. You can do all of that stuff. If you do not implement, your situation is not going to change. If you do not do something, your situation does not change. Faith without works is dead. Okay? That's in the Bible. That was written way before either of us ever showed up or were even a thought. If you do not implement, okay? I have people all the time salty in my videos and in my content that I have the nerve to be selling an ebook or selling a class or selling a video because they bought all this stuff and none of it worked. And when I ask them, well, what did you do? They say, oh, nothing. I only bought and read the ebook and nothing happened because you didn't do anything. Because you didn't implement. That's a you problem. That's not a me problem. That's not the problem of these content creators. It's not their problem. That's a you problem. You need to try something. I went through this very thing. Thank you so much for your compliment. I went through this same thing. I always knew that I was going to be a business owner. I came from many business owners, many entrepreneurs. They all had businesses. They all did something. Okay. They all had several businesses. My auntie, who just passed away earlier this year I think she was like 79 years old, had one of the biggest Black-owned, woman-owned businesses in the area that I grew up in. She was a multi-millionaire. She won all types of awards. She was invited to President Clinton's inauguration. Okay. I come from a very long line of business owners. My grandparents owned the house that they lived in and the two houses next door to them that they were renting out in the 1950s and 60s. Okay. My parents owned a business. One of our first jobs at 7, I was running a cash register at the age of 7. Okay. So I knew I was going to have a business, but guess what? I didn't have a business until I jumped out there and tried something. I had all these ideas and all this stuff that I wanted to try, and I was learning and reading, and I was in college. I had a degree. I had a bachelor's degree. I had learned all types of stuff, but nothing changed about my situation until I said, you know what? I can't keep doing this no more. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to try it. And that's what I do. When I see something and I work it out, makes sense, common sense, 2 and 2, the math is mathing. I say, you know what? Let me try it. Okay. Yeah, I saw that entrepreneurship is possible. That's why I have these conversations and I have this message, and I've been dedicated to teaching women and moms because everybody didn't come from my background. They don't understand that entrepreneurship is possible. They don't get that you can still be at home with your kids and you can still do some of the things that you need to do and all that stuff and still be making money. They haven't seen that. They haven't been exposed to it. So I'm here to expose you to it, but you still have to implement. There's nothing, I can't go over there and make your hands work. I won't go over there and make your hands work. Do I do done for you services? Absolutely. I can build you websites. I can hire your people. I can hand you whole businesses in a box. But it's expensive. Okay. My time is very expensive. If you hire me to do something for you, it's going to be an issue. It's going to be expensive. Okay. Because now you're taking me away from spending time doing the things that I want to do and raising my kids and teaching them. Okay. So I do teach y'all, but I'm on them every single day. They've been hustling stuff since they were in kindergarten. Somebody said I look like Meg the Stallion. I get that a lot. Thank you so much. What does a one-on-one with you include? Okay, so one-on-ones, and I'm going to leave with this, okay? If you book a one-on-one, what we do, it's a strategy session. It's not an event session. I know you're frustrated. I know you have tears. I know you are stuck. I know your back is probably against the wall. You're going to get about 2 minutes max to tell me what your situation is and to tell me what you need from me. And then I'm just going to go boom, 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 and start just throwing you stuff, giving you ideas, telling you what you need to do. It's a working session. The first session is normally me trying to give you enough clarity that you can leave and start making a move. Okay. Now that second strategy session, when you book me on the second time, those become work sessions. Now you've jumped out there, you decided that you're going to do something. Let's say you start off doing Craigslist ads and you're like, golly, what does an effective ad look like? How do I even begin to set up an email list? Okay. Then you come to me with those problems and we literally sit there for an hour together and we're working together and we're boom, 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 setting stuff up. Or if you're not in front of the computer right now, I'm showing you how I got it set up. And then you can take the replay. You can go back home when you have time and you can boom, boom, boom it for yourself. Okay. Those are working sessions. But the first time you book me, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not a vent session. Do not pay somebody as much as you're going to pay me to get online and vent. Okay? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not an effective use of your time. I've had to spend a lot of money on therapy. Get a therapist. I've had to spend money on therapy before. Okay? I cry afterwards. I'm going to cry at the end. I'm going to cry when the bills are paid. I'm going to cry at night on my downtime. I vent with friends and stuff like that sometimes too, but I'm not, get a therapist. It's cheaper that way. Yeah, you're going to have to tell me the issue, but it's going to be straight strategy. What can you do? Where do you need clarity at? Hey, Jessica.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Cool
Y'all,
deal.
this is my friend, Profitable Content. No, better known as Jaw Speaks Digital. Okay.
Job speaks digital.
We
I'm like,
have
why?
partnered
I'm like, why
together.
is she still on here? What is she doing?
Girl, I got caught up answering all these questions and stuff. I got a pack today, girl. I'm on a flight in the morning. I got to get off of
Right?
here.
That's why I was like, she's still on here?
Yeah. I've got so much content to make. And if you're looking to be an affiliate marketer, you want to do the whole Amazon influencer thing, go follow me right now because I'm about to show you exactly how that is done, okay? Yeah, I'm about to show you how that is done. How can I go on vacation and make money while I'm there? I'm going to show you how that works. Okay,
Facts.
so I got a lot of work to do. I'll probably be up the majority of the night. That's why I'm glad. I got the first class tickets. I'm about to be in the Delta Lounge. Vacation starts right after I make it through security. Ready to go. Ready to go. Because today is a work day for me. So.
Good. Also, you just trying to pump out as much content as you can so you can relax when you go on trip.
Content creation for me is a fun thing. So
Yeah,
I'm
me
saying
too.
I don't really. It ain't work half the time.
Yeah.
We've kind of cracked the code on the whole
Right.
lazy content situation, so it's not really as burdensome as it could be. I enjoyed that stuff, but I definitely want to take advantage of the what do you call it, your life, or what you're doing at the time. The easiest way to create content is to create it doing stuff that you're already doing. don't
Facts.
don't be fake. Don't be fake. Be authentic. If you spend your days baking pies, you need to be creating content about baking pies. Somebody
Facts.
said, "Where's the Amazon info?" I talked about Amazon info earlier on in this live. So make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube. I will be posting it. You will get a live notification. You'll get a notification from me that I have went live when that information becomes public. Okay. So once I post that, you'll get a notification if you're subscribing to me, and you can
So
go back and watch the replay.
what have you been talking about the whole time? You've been on here for like what, 2 hours?
Man, I didn't talk. Girl, this is the longest live I ever did in my life. No.
I know. That's why I was like, she's still on there. Let me go see what she's
I
talking
told
about.
you I was gonna start doing these TikTok lives. I got to. It don't make no sense. Why not let the platform pay me while I'm giving y'all free information? I figured that would be the best way to help people. Get on here and
Right.
just do the stuff. Okay.
Right.
So yeah, I've been on live. I've talked about, Turo. I've talked about Airbnb. I've talked about my writing agency. I've talked about all the things that I've done. I've talked about a few ideas. I got my little bird feeder here. We're gonna do this when I
Oh, you
get
got
back.
it.
Yeah, we're gonna do this when I get back.
Oh, nice.
So that's a part of Amazon influencer, more so Amazon associate though. An associate could do
Right.
this. With
Right.
Amazon influencer, you got to have, certain followers and a fan base and stuff like that. You can start off as an Amazon associate with like 2, 3 products, niche down products, and really make a lot of money. Matter of fact, it's probably better that way. I'm kind of
Right.
testing the storefront
Both of
versus,
them. Yeah.
storefront versus just driving traffic to like a few specific products.
Is there a way to automate? I wonder if I'm gonna try it. Is there a way to automate the live on Amazon? I'm gonna see if I can try to get it
That I
connected.
don't know. I learned something new with that the other day. They have a app that's just for the Amazon live streams. I didn't know that till the other
Yeah, you
day.
didn't know
I don't. Amazon. I'm
that?
just
Yeah,
now like
yeah.
really,
Well, yeah, no, that's the one I
creating
use.
content for it. Hmm.
That's the one I use. I need to actually start doing it a lot more. I'm all over the place. I'm like, I gotta streamline this because this is just, mm-mm.
So here's what we got to do, okay? Because here the learning curve is so deep. That's the thing that really honestly stops me from like, oh, let's create content over here and on Pinterest and over here and over there. I know the strategy behind it, but it's like the learning curve. Like now let's say you're posting lives on Amazon. You were doing lives on YouTube. What does the thumbnail, what size does it have to be?
Got it.
Like those little things.
It's
What's
the
the
same
best?
size though. It's the same size for both
Okay,
YouTube and for Amazon. So that's good,
that's
right?
good.
But it's just
That's
a
good.
matter of how do I keep content on both of them? How do I keep the lives going on both of them, right?
Yeah. And I'm
That's
not
the
sure
problem.
if Repurpose IO has that
No,
connection. Yeah, I don't
they
think
don't do
so.
Amazon yet.
They're
Mm-mm.
working on some stuff.
I hope, hopefully they get that up because, yeah, that would be dope if we could do
Last
that.
time, last time I checked, Zapier, they have a lot of stuff that they wish they could do that I went over there and set up, but it's not quite doing it right now. So
Right.
maybe that'll be a connection that can be used. I keep checking it to see what happens, but they haven't really everything. The thing is, everything's changing so fast.
Fast, right?
Nobody can keep
Right.
up with it. So once you see something, you make a connection, you better jump on that junk like right then because they could change it and it could totally be different. There's something that they changed. I was just thinking about this. Netflix. Netflix made one change, right? Okay. So Netflix, you could used to share
Yeah.
profile, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
And do that. So think about those of us who have Airbnb properties. We have multiple properties, and we had one Netflix account for all our properties, and we were sharing it between. Because Netflix made that one change, now I got to go back and change how I provide that service to
To your
Airbnb
yeah,
properties.
man.
You see what I'm saying?
True.
So right
Yeah.
now it's a very volatile time, but it's also a very exciting time because this is where the riches are made. This is where people become
I
wealthy.
was just about to say, this is the profitable time. This is
Yeah,
where money about to be made.
this is a lot. So, but and I was just speaking to them about this earlier, where I don't care how many books you read, how many strategies you take up, how many people you listen to, what
Hmm.
videos you watch. You can subscribe to whoever any point in time, but if you don't implement, you're just gonna be watching other people make money.
Right.
You're not implementing.
Right. And that's the hugest thing. That is the hugest thing. I think people think they need more information. I need more, or I don't have enough. I need something else, or I need this tool, I need that. And it's like, nah, what you need to do is actually get out there and everything that you've already learned, put it into action. Because that's the only way you get real results and real feedback anyway.
Yeah, that's it. And 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be building that business off of, you better be building the business off of the feedback. I've
Facts.
seen this before. I've seen a lot of people go out of business with the best intentions. They got the best of everything. They got the best websites. They got money to invest. They got all that type of stuff, but they don't build the business based off of the feedback. And they go out of business real quick because you're tone deaf. You're trying to provide the marketplace with something that the marketplace didn't ask for.
Facts.
Quickest
Facts.
way to not be successful.
I'm
Okay.
not a mom, but I want to learn about side hustles, not scams. Well,
Well,
let's define a scam. Let's define scams because there's a lot of folks. I saw somebody the other day that said uh, these course creators they're just scamming people. Do you
yeah.
know what goes into creating a course? A lot of time and effort and
Yep.
research and whoo. Anybody that
You
says that
wanna,
has never created a course because it
yeah,
is
you
a
want to
lot
be
that goes into it.
right, and you want to pay attention. Stop just showing up and just believe in everything that you hear. It's totally okay. Like I've been in this game. I've been online for what? I feel like 10 years. I've got people who've been following me, using my services, and I've been doing things and doing done for you and building web, doing whatever for sure. Okay.
Yeah,
Pay attention. Go to the
yeah,
content. Implement. You never need to see if you don't implement. There's a bunch of YouTube channels, mine included, Jessica's included, that you can go to and you can start consuming information and get put on free game and start making money. But you'll never know it if you don't implement it because y'all looking for the get rich quick scheme, and there are none.
man.
There
There's a
are
coach
none.
right now that I helped.
Even during the gold rush.
There's a coach right now that I helped years ago that is ranking, boy, just cracking. And I'm looking
Oh,
like,
oh no, we didn't take that as hate, Yoda
yeah, no,
girl.
we
We
didn't
didn't
take
take
that as
that as
hate.
hate. No
No,
way.
I just wanted to.
It's really hard to ruffle my feathers.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that out because I hear that a lot. So I just wanted to
Yeah.
call that out a bit because to Lorraine's point, pay attention. If you getting bad vibes off this person and you like, this don't seem like they tell you who they are. They really do.
Yep.
But if you choose to not listen to who they are because you're so busy trying to get after the bag real quick, because they told you they can make you $5,000 in 10 minutes and you don't have to do nothing,
Mm-mm. Ain't no getting to the bag quick. The
then
bag is not quick.
that's the
I
thing.
started off making, some money, but you had to take into account my experience too. I was a highly trained marketing and sales specialist. I've been trained by some of the top companies in this world that are still here today. I worked for them over 20 years today, and they still in the marketplaces making buku money. Okay. I went through their sales programs. I got college degrees. I've
Mhm.
experienced stuff myself. My parents were business owners. I worked for them. My auntie was one of the biggest business owners in the city that we came from. I worked for her. She was in business for over 40 years. My grandparents were in business. You know what I'm saying? So you got to take stuff into consideration and stuff too. That's not easy. That's a lot of training. My ancestors were doing work before I showed up.
That's a whole bar. That's a t-shirt
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah. And then you get to me, you know what I'm saying? And here I am, what, 10 years in business now? I haven't worked for
Mhm.
somebody else since 2010. I've been in official business since 2013. Here we are 10 years later. And I'm telling you that I make, 30, 40, $50,000 in a month. That's a lot of work. That didn't happen out the gate.
Thank you.
That's why I tell people to start with goals that they can attain. If I can make an income stream and it pays for my groceries every week, or if I can do an income streams and it pays for gas, if I can do one income streams and it pays for my light bill or my insurance payment or daycare or whatever, because I literally started my first business to make $140 a week so I could pay for daycare. That was my goal, to make $140 a week to pay for daycare. Okay. Those are the things that we should be taking a look at. You're not going to get rich quick, but you can knock out a daycare payment so they can take that money and either reinvest it back into that business so you can make more, or take it and put it in the stock market, or buy yourself a property, or do whatever. Buy yourself a car that you can rent out on Turo. If you can
Yes.
make an extra $200 a week, you can afford a $400 car payment where you go out here and buy a little, put A to B, put that mug on Turo and allow people to rent it for $30 a day, and you took that
Oh,
$400 and turned it into $800.
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm looking at doing a content office. I'm not going to do a house. I'm going to do an office. Uh, so if I'm paying out what 1,200 a month, um, how much should I invest in the furniture to get it started? Should I just start one room and then see how that goes first and make sure that the market is kind of ready for it, or should I? How should I test this to make sure that I'm not going to invest this $1,200 and
Good
then
question. So what I would do would be pre-sale. Build a list and pre-sale, pre-book.
okay.
That's what I would
the
do.
the space.
So
So
you
how do
you
I do that though without any pictures, right? Because the space isn't technically built yet.
so we played with Midjourney last week, right?
I know. I was thinking that. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Get on Midjourney, conceptualize what you're thinking about putting up in
And then
there,
put it on there. That's
and
exactly what
then
I was
make a
thinking.
landing page with a
Mm-hmm.
hey, coming soon, be the first to be notified. And you
Right.
already got a niche of content creators. Start
Right.
sending them that, hey, I'm about to do this for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Start doing that market research and driving people to a list, and then start pre-selling it, and then take that money from the pre-sale, invest it in your furniture, and then you can, grassroots your way up to that
Nice.
situation. That's
Okay.
that's how I do it. I ain't do it that way with the house.
I know
Uh,
you did. That's why I was
yeah, but
asking. I was like,
I'm
how?
because I'm in it for the equity. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference
Got it.
between if you're gonna. I assume that $1,200 a week, or $1,200 that you're talking about, is probably rent for a place, right?
Exactly. Oh, look, you
Yeah.
got a little thing that popped in your head.
Oh, thank you, Weston Smitty. Thank you. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's a difference between, okay, I'm buying a property and I'm working on the equity, and I can cash out, refi and go do it again and create different streams and stuff like
Right.
that. There's a
Right.
difference in that. And then, hey, I got this rent that I got to pay every month, and you're not building any equity behind that. Thank you so much, adulting. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Could I have done some of that stuff? Probably, but honestly, that wasn't really the goal for me. I'm just trying to keep the expenses paid over there so that I can build off the equity and use it to
Equity.
my advantage.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think I'm gonna go the office space route because I just right now my main goal is just to have something passively just paying every
Right.
single month.
Oh yeah. There's a
I
lot of
don't have
people.
to do anything necessarily with, right? I'm just gonna hire people to clean it, whatever. I don't have to
I'll,
necessarily be
I'll
there.
make a video. I'll probably post it and I'll tag you in it. Went to Fort Lauderdale. What was that? Last month, April, around Mother's Day or something like that. Found a place on there where they were. It was like just one of them content kind of studios with just these
Yeah,
different little scenes and stuff set up everywhere.
yeah,
This
yeah.
guy had set up, I think he was a photographer, and he set up all these backgrounds and stuff like that. And we took the kids, and it was so fun. And I'm gonna post some of the content. Maybe I shared it, but I probably need to share it like, hey, this is a side hustle type of
Right.
situation. So I'll post that, and then I'll tag you in it.
Okay,
But
cool.
yeah, people are making money off of that. And then you can use sites like, what are we? I think we
Yeah, I'm
found it on
using
Viator,
Peerspace. I'm using
Peerspace,
Peerspace.
Viator,
Because there's nobody in
Airbnb.
this area on Peerspace. And I
Yeah,
know, and there's a guy that's renting out his backyard. He has a pool, and he just rents out his backyard, and he
that's
is
dope.
killing it.
That is dope.
Killing
Don't
it.
forget Airbnb too, because the Airbnb also has experiences. So on people asked me about my Airbnb situation earlier in the live. Again, if you missed
Mhm.
any of the stuff that I talked about, go subscribe to my YouTube. I'm gonna post this replay where I talked about all that stuff. But they asked me about my Airbnb situation, and honestly, I've made more money off of the Airbnb side from the experiences than to book it for a stay. I don't have to worry about people, damaging my property as much.
Really?
I ain't got to do as much cleaning fees and stuff like that because you can rent it out by the hour as an experience. You can have a class, a cooking class, or I could have a content class, or I could have, I can do all these different classes or whatever.
Mm,
I booked when we went to Fort Lauderdale. I went to Airbnb and I booked like the a whole. We were able to rent like a private little boat for the four
yeah.
of us. We got on there. He took us out to go take pictures with the sunset. Another content creating opportunity, and went out
Right.
there and saw the sunset and all that stuff. And I booked it on Airbnb experiences. So this man is making
Oh.
has a boat. He has a
Hmm.
property down there, an apartment or a townhouse community that got docks off the back of their houses in their backyard or
Right.
whatever. He's got a boat that's docked there, and he takes people out through the Bay Area or whatever you want to call it, through Miami, and shows do sightseeing and shows the stars, houses, and this area and that area, whatever, and takes you out so you can take a picture of the sunset. And it was like $225 for the hour or something like that.
That is smart.
Right.
Allison
So
said, I've thought about renting my car or a pool out, but scared about liability. How do you handle?
yeah, that's something you need to go look into the insurance because it's all different. Pool versus car versus rental property versus all that stuff. So I ain't no legal thing. I hire people for that.
Right.
You're like, hey, what do I need to do? I normally start at my accountants. I call my accountants. I'm like, hey, I'm about to think about start doing this, or this is my idea. Who do you know? Or I'll,
Right.
go to a couple of my business associates and be like, hey, I'm thinking about this. Who do you know? And then I start gathering that information or whatever. But
But
yeah,
I
you're
think that
definitely
a big piece of it too is just don't have fear around it, right? Like don't have the fear around, oh, what if something happens? What if something happens? What if something happens? Because that's when it will happen. Right? So
something is going to
taking that
happen.
away from it,
I
right?
was
Taking that
I was
away.
telling them that earlier. Something is going to happen. Your goal, your job as a business owner every day is to get up and solve problems. Okay,
Right.
so don't let a problem or don't let a potential issue stop you from starting a business because if it can happen, it will happen, and you're going to learn a lot when it does happen. And the next time it happens, it's not going to really be that bad
Right.
because you already got systems and processes and you already got the answer. Matter of fact, I've had so many problems in my business. In one of the businesses, customer service, we have a Rolodex that we go through full of videos and links and systems and processes. So they never have to contact me for anything unless it's a brand new problem. And 10 years in the game, there's very few brand new problems. So when
Right.
there's a problem, they can go type it into our search engine and they can go look at a video and it says how to solve that problem. They don't have to contact me. I don't have to get up out my sleep. I don't have to do nothing. They can solve all the problems.
Right. So see, we just turned that into a good thing.
Yeah. It's gonna be a problem. Best believe it's gonna be a problem.
There's going to be problems, but
Yeah,
you're able to solve them and then learn from them from there. So,
yeah. You don't make them mistakes, hopefully, again, if
right.
you solve the problem.
Right.
All
All
right,
right,
I
I'm
think it's
rolling.
time to hop
I'm
up
going to
off
keep
of here.
bringing
I've
my
been on here for
blessings.
10 years. All right, so thank you, Jessica, for joining us. Go follow her. She's profitable. Give her your information and tell her where they can find you and what you do, please.
Profitable video content. I think this video content. I think that's what I got on there. And I help out with digital marketing and digital profits, right? How to monetize the videos and the content that you create. All the things that you create, how do you monetize it? So I'm really good at coming up with ideas and also ways to monetize things that you have so that you can live your best life and enjoy what you got and not have to work hard. Like I'm entering my soft life era. It's been difficult. Can we talk about that real quick before we leave?
Yes, go ahead.
How hard it is to be in soft life. For me, it has been difficult. Because I'm so used to doing it all and just doing it. But now
Hmm.
having to step back and go, no, I need you to go and fix the car, do whatever's right, get the groceries, da 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 da. And moving back away from that, that has been super difficult for me. Oh my
And you
God.
can tell. You can tell when people are not living your soft life. This is one of these number like hot buttons when we talk about scammers and stuff like that. You can tell when somebody is not living in their soft life and it's never going to be perfect. You're never going to be in a soft space 100% of the time. Okay, 'cause that's a lie. Everybody's working in some form or
Right.
fashion. Okay, that's a whole lie. But you can really tell when somebody's not living in their soft life. It shows up in their skin. It shows up in
Right.
their hair, their nails, the way they present themselves, how they take care of themselves. We're not talking about, you got to be super skinny and in shape and stuff like that. But what do you wake up and start your day with? Okay, I've had to
Facts.
make a huge effort to wake up and to start my day with cuddling with my baby,
Hmm.
making sure that she's good. No, I'm not always, I don't wake up, giving her a bath and all that type of stuff. I spend quality time with her. you
Right.
know, I wake up first thing in the morning, having my coffee. Wake up first thing in the morning, smoking a little bit if you do that. I go out there, I spend my first, hour working on myself, walking around my house or my neighborhood, going to the mountain and walking up and down, or, going downstairs to the home gym and working out, drinking my
Yeah.
water, minding my
Yeah.
business,
Right.
hopefully checking my PayPal notifications and seeing that something came in. That's a soft life. Does that mean that I ain't did nothing? Oh, it's work. Get up, having to wake up with my baby at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, change a diaper, get her juice, and do all those things. That's work. I'd rather be sleeping in, but that's the soft life where I can wake up, concentrate on those things instead of wake up immediately having to get to work because I'm nervous about providing for myself.
Right.
Okay.
I love that. So you're defining the soft life for yourself,
I
right?
had to. That's something I worked on. Me and Jessica talk. She's known a lot of the stuff that I've had a
Yeah.
rough, like
Yeah.
2023. And you know, rough meaning a lot of things had to change. There's points
Right.
in our lives where, you just can't do things the same way, and you have to do the work to let them go. Because if you don't let it go, 9 times out of 10, when you run into these catastrophes in your life, is because you're holding on to something that you should have let go of a long time ago. And whether you believe in God or universe or whatever you believe in, whoever your higher power is has been giving you signs that you need to let it go, and you
Right.
haven't. And now they're like, okay, I'm going to take it from you. Figure it out.
Right.
I've been
Right.
trying to tell you that this is not the direction. You need to go in a different direction, but you keep trying to hold on to it. And what's going to happen? It's going to get harder and harder and harder and harder and harder to hold on to until you're at the point where you're ready to explode because you just can't juggle everything any longer. And you're going to
Right.
have to make some changes. So when I say I've been through a rough time, it's because I already know I had to make those changes. And it was getting to that point that it was about to be jacked from under me. And I got to, stay ahead of it. So
Right.
that's where we are. I don't like being in survival mode.
Me either.
I don't like doing
Nope.
that. I've been
Nope.
in there. I've been in sales. I've been in places where, the only thing that I make is what I've sold, commission and stuff like that. Okay.
Right.
Being a business owner, if you don't work, you don't eat. If you don't make no money, you don't make no sales, you're not eating. So, I try as hard as I can not to go into survival mode. Mentally, emotionally,
All of it.
physically, all
Physically.
of it. Because any point in time, if you're in survival mode emotionally, then your business becomes
Right.
affected. That's why
Right.
I create my businesses with, outsourcing and automations and stuff like that, because I need that cushion. I'm a mom. I have to, when the kids get sick and I can't make all the things happen, how
I
am I
gotta
still
be
going to make
there.
money to pay the freaking bills while the
That
kids are sick? So I
that's
have
why
to
I
set
moved
it
into content.
right.
That is why I moved into content.
Mhm.
Cause it's like these videos, right? I was trying to do blogging and I was like, this old blogging ain't working for me.
No,
I need
not the
something
traditional
faster.
way. Not the traditional way. You better have a video on that blog.
Exactly.
Your blog page better be a video that can be streamed from the blog page, and the text underneath, the transcript underneath. That's what your
Exactly.
blog should look like right now. If your
Ready
blogs are
for it.
text, you're looking stupid, because Google is not even going to prioritize it like it used to.
Not no more. Not no
It's not
more.
even the top search engine anymore. So
Nope.
if you're doing blogs with a bunch of text, that's why when people be like, "Oh, Chat GPT is, it's gonna," nah, it's not gonna eliminate. It's gonna add to. It's gonna
Absolutely.
expand your creativity and expand the ways that you can make money. It's not gonna take it away.
It's not going to take it away at all because that thing got a lot of flaws in it in itself. But that's another lie for another time. But
Yep, it does.
yeah, no, that's why I moved into content because video was just like the thing that was working for me. Like I was getting contacted from people and I wasn't even. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. There's something here.
Oh yeah.
Let
Oh
me
yeah.
go ahead and get into that and start creating these
And,
videos and just have them
yep.
things working for me out here, being my little, oh, you lost audio? Being my little soldiers, like you
Well,
said.
we about to hop off of here anyway.
Yeah, we
We,
out.
we've been on
All
here for a
right.
long time.
Great convo.
Bye, y'all. Don't forget
Bye.
to follow and subscribe to YouTube, okay? Bye.